about Dallas, make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on today? It is 3 o'clock on the dot. It is a couple minutes behind, but that's because of the show. You know what I'm saying, all the music and all that. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready. 3 o'clock Central Time, 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern Time, whatever other part of the country you're from, and even if my brother Joe is here, he's really the only one that's overseas in the country of Italy, whatever time it is. Welcome once again to the one and only. This is the Big Time Show podcast or show that is being seen and heard live right now as we speak. Right now on Facebook, on the Big Time Show Facebook page. It's on my personal page right now as we speak. It's on the YouTube page, the Big Time Show YouTube page. It's on my Twitter page as well. It's on Instagram live right now. It's on Twitch. It's got everything. Of course, oh my God, how can I forget? It is presently on the NGBN .TV network as well, the home, the new home recently of this show, and I am going to share that there right now because I guess a couple people want to see it or whatever. I'm not sure if they all signed up for my other pages, but that's the way I have to share it. What's going on today? I'm in a real subdued mood. I haven't really said too much this week. I let all the brothers have it. I could have, but I let them have it this week. Sometimes less is more, at least in my case. It is less is more. I'm ready to go. I had somebody say, look, I know y'all want me to get hype and I know you want me to crank it up. I got a feeling in the next 10 minutes or so, my emotions will really come out because I'm very irritated by some of the stuff that I've seen in regards, of course, to my beloved Dallas Cowboys. And some of you going to say, I can go and answer your question now. Some of you saying, hey, well, what have you seen? Nothing. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is why the show is entitled Cowboys Rehab. You understand? This is the reason why. Because when you have just a little expectation, I ain't got much, but when you have just a little expectation and those expectations aren't being met at all, then you have to get, you almost fall into a state of depression. Ain't no sense to be lying about it. Because I can see what's getting ready to happen already. I don't have to go through this 17-week drama. See, I'm getting too hype already. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not quite yet. I can't quite do it quite yet. Hello to everybody that's here. Hello to everybody that may be on Instagram. I haven't checked there yet, but hello to everybody that may be on all of the places where you can find this show. I appreciate you taking a little time out to come experience my foolishness, to come experience my depression, to come experience my foolishness. That's why I'm glad you're here with me, because I need help. Maybe y'all can help me. Maybe Lord, maybe y'all can help me out. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me, say something to me that will cause me to feel better. Maybe because I'm not feeling good, and I hate to say it because it's almost repetitive. Because every time I come on here, you expect something different, but it is different, but it's in the wrong direction. You understand what I'm saying? And I really don't, even though I'm gonna hang with you for a few hours or less than 2 hours now, that's my time slot. I'm gonna hang with you for a while, but everything that I got to talk about is going that way when I needed to go this way. Everything going that way, backwards. Well, I'm sorry. It's going this way. It's not. See, that's how backwards. I pointed to the side. Y'all help me today. I'm something wrong. I'm just saying. I'm depressed. It's going this way. It's backwards. It's not going forward. And I really only want to share. I'm going to show you the point today that pushed me further down the hole. And if you've seen it, then you're gonna have to see it again. But if you haven't seen it, we're gonna go through this again, and I'm gonna read it line by line. That's the show today. That's the freestyle. The freestyle gonna come from you, stating whatever you want to say in the chat. It's a good possibility the phone line may open up today. It's a good part because I don't want to see y'all crying. I don't want y'all to see me cry because I'm having a hard time. What's going on, grind time? See, obviously you fret. What's up, Newt? I see you. You need help getting your podcast up. If you're on Instagram, DM me and we can talk about it. I'd be glad to help you. You frat, brother. I would have been bad. If you wouldn't have been frat, I would have said, hey, man. I got you, grind time, T. He's my frat brother. I don't know which one it is because I don't know your handle, but hey, you frat. I'm with you. All right, let me speak to everybody. East side, first one in the building. Lord have mercy. The hater is here. It's Ty, yes. Greg, yes. Mr. Kelvin Hicks, what's going on? You saying let's go? You ready for me to crank it up over here? I am. My brother Shane in the building. What's going on? Brian, what's up? What's up, man? Mr. Evans, Michael Evans, what's going on? What's up, Darren? Appreciate all of y'all popping in with me. Hope you hang with me. I need all y'all help now. I'm just telling you. I need your help. I'm just saying. I need your help today because I'm almost. What's up, Nick? What's going on, Nick? Joe, there he is. I already know. Joe say he pushing the share button. Will y'all do that for me? Will y'all help me? If you're not going to share, which is your choice, it's no problem. But you can do this. Let's go ahead and start this party off right. We're going to start this off right. Woo! Start it off right. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. Everybody, hit that like button for me now. Like button or the heart button if you're on YouTube. Hey, Mr. Hill's in the building. What's going on? Mr. Hill, CEO of the NGBN.TV network. Listen, speaking of that, the NGBN.TV network, let me tell y'all something. It is growing by the day. Ideas are coming by the day. We have big sponsors that are signing up with us by the day. We're better than what we were 2-3 weeks ago. This thing is going off the chain. I hope that you have signed up. It's not going to cost you anything. All you have to do is just go on your phone, your Android phone, or your Roku account, or your Amazon Fire TV account. Download the NGBN.TV network. Download it there. Do that for me. And you can watch me from there. You can watch me, of course, from where you're watching me now, but it would help us out tremendously if you would do that. Will you please do that for me? You don't have to do it now, but at some point, please. We're in the business of trying to save lives. That's really what it's all about. Trying to save lives. We're trying to be an impact to men that are between the ages of 40 to 60. The suicide rates are incredible. We're just trying to knock a dent into that by entertaining, by having just a variety of shows that you can just find out. But to know that, you got to download it. It's more than just a sports network. It is every angle. I mean, fitness, motivation, inspiration. We got hunting shows, we got cooking shows, we got former military guys. For all of us that are in the military, we got guys who deal with that type of thing. You got to help us out, and I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on in the show. Even show you a video, but do that for me. Everybody by now has hit the like button. Everybody now that is going to share is going to share. I'm just happy to y'all to hang out with me. Let me go ahead and get to it because that's what y'all came here for. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and how upset I am. Why am I depressed? Why am I becoming more depressed every week with the Dallas Cowboys? The reason why I am falling lower and lower into a depression mode is because when you find all I'm seeing is subtraction. And the additions that I'm seeing, other than Kendricks, really ain't an addition. It's the same thing. When you tell me Jordan Lewis has signed, okay, that's a good signing, but I already know what he's gonna bring to the table. And he's a part of the same old thing theory. When you tell me that you signed CJ Goodwin, our special teams ace, I realize special teams is important, and I realize that he's our best special team player, has been there for years. Okay, I get that, but that ain't what's tilting what I need to see, that's going to change something. And opposed to what I'm seeing everywhere else, it's either a tilt to change something in the upward direction for other teams, or they have upgraded enough to where there were teams like Washington, for instance. I don't think Washington is going to be, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. I just don't see it. They got too many good players. Now, all I'm hearing, Greg, exactly. This is my point. Greg said all I'm hearing is rumors about trades, signings, and drafting. That's all I want. That's all I'm hearing. And it's not the front office fault. Let me stop some of y'all there. It's not the front office fault because they're being very quiet. Okay, they're being very quiet. It's the fan base and the 4-letter networks that are doing all the talking for the Cowboys, and what they're talking about ain't coming to fruition at all. It's not. They say this person will fit Dallas. That person never make it to Dallas. They're the ones that's shooting the narrative. You understand? It's not the Cowboys. That there's really only one thing. Hey y'all, I see everybody coming in. Terry, what's up? Nick, I see you. All I'm seeing is really one person who's talking. And to be honest with you, Cowboy Nation, that's why I'm gonna try to get everybody on track. This is why I'm gonna be depressed. It's only one person that's really talking from Cowboy land, and it's not Jerry Jones. So let's stop that. Jerry did what he does. He fill you up with hope, and then he know the balloon gonna bust when it go in the air. He just wanted to go as high as it can go before somebody put that pin in it and it explodes. That pin, that man that busts the balloon every time, is always one Stephen Jones. That's who you need to be listening to in Cowboy land, because unlike his father, when he talks, let me go ahead and tell you, whether you like it or you don't like it, you better listen, because he's the one, watch this, he's the one that's not lying, not Stephen. Jerry might be lying. Stephen ain't lying. Another reason why I'm depressed, because I got this BG type music going in my background that I just now noticing. Come on, man. Come on, Doug Brooks. What's wrong with you, big time? Get that mess off there. What is that? I guess I had it on to match my mood right now. Give me something better. Just that sound better. God almighty. All right. By now, all of you, because y'all good Cowboy fans, with the exception of a couple of you that are haters, which is fine. Even the haters and the fans together know what's going on in Dallas. I want to start it off with this. Let me start off with this. I'm not going to show you this because you've already heard. I may have said it on the last show. I really don't remember, but if not, I'm going to say it again. There was a revelation that came out last week from Tyron Smith. According to what, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's been put out that said that Tyron Smith's final two was the Cowboys and the Jets. And I think that's really, the Cowboys being in the mix really should be no surprise at all. Saying that, no question about that. And I believe that Tyron, of course, is like I told you guys the other week, that when it comes to free agents, especially a free agent like Tyron, don't be listening to the specific desires of what the free agent want. Really, when you get to Tyron Smith's level, where he is in his career, it's really all about one thing. That's money. That's just the bottom line. These guys not trying to work at nobody's place or whatever. This money that they received, along with their endorsements, are what's going to carry them for the rest of their life, that they don't have to work, take care of the family, everything else. So to hear the big contract that Tyron got from the Jets, you already knew the Cowboys were not going to compete with that by no means. And considering the contract that he got, the real truth of it is that you can't blame the Cowboys on that. At least that's my opinion. I don't think that we should have, it shouldn't even come close to it. And then obviously it didn't, because I believe Tyron Smith wanted to finish his career here. No question about that. But money talks, and that's what happened. So I can't knock Tyron for taking the money, and then I can't knock the Cowboys for, trying to match something that's going to go up to $20 million. Metris, man, I'm glad I see you here. Metris, you on YouTube. Okay. You're always on YouTube. Metris, I don't know if you have a Facebook account, but if you do, I need you to, if you do, I need you to friend me at my name. I'm gonna put it up for you. If you have a Facebook account, Metris, I need you to join my personal page, which I don't have up here. let me put it here for you, because Demetrius has joined the Big Time Show partnership on YouTube. And because you have, I need to put you into my special group as a partner with me. And Demetrius, I need you to go that right there. That's my name. That's how you're going to find me on Facebook. Of course, you can find me at the Big Time Show, but I really need you there. Well, you can join the Big Time Show page as well. It makes no difference if you go my personal name there or Big Time. I want to say that before I forget. I need you to do that on Facebook so I can put you in my group where we chat and everything else. And if you want to join that, listen, if you're on YouTube, you want to join the Big Time Show partnership or whatever, I believe that's what I call it. All it is that whatever money you want to do for a month, it could be $2, it could be $1.99, $3. I ain't asking for, it's whatever you want to be, but just know that if you join, it will come out of your credit card or your Visa card or whatever. That price, whatever you decide you want to do, it just comes in every month. It's not required, but I appreciate those that have joined in that fashion and in support to me. And I appreciate that so much. So whatever you want to do, all you got to do if you're on YouTube, hit that super chat button. You'll have options there and you can do that. So it's up to you. But I appreciate you, Demetrius. Do that for me, man. Thank you so much. Now, get back. Now, Tyron then says this, supposedly, to get back on track. He says that if it was between the Jets and the Cowboys, he wanted to join the Jets because he don't like the direction that the Dallas Cowboys are going. It's something not right over there. Now, all that does is just it furthers the conversation of past players that have left. And all of them are saying pretty much the same thing, which tells me that it's not, they're not lying. So that's that word culture now comes into play. Whenever you, and the reason why you need, and I see everybody talking about the draft, I'm coming in just a second to that. The reason why you better listen to what Tyron says is because Tyron has been a corporate Cowboy player his whole life. You ain't heard Tyron Smith complain in all these years. You haven't had an attitude from Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith will have contracts. His will get restructured. You don't hear nothing from Tyron Smith, period. You didn't never hear nothing. He's one of those good, all-time great corporate Cowboy players in the same family with Jason Witten, one of those type corporate Cowboy guys. One of those ones is not going to ever say anything like he's in the category with Dak Prescott. Good corporate Cowboy player. Not going to give you no trouble. Not going to give you no trouble in the press. Not going to do anything. He won't even talk hardly. He don't do interviews. Appreciate you. I got you. Thank you, Demetrius. Okay, I see you. You done switched over to Facebook. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that friend request for me. Find my name right there. You'll see my face. Just hit that, and I'll get you, and then I'll put you into the group. I appreciate you, Demetrius. You going back to YouTube if you want to. It make no difference. I mean, it's the same thing going on both ways. So, but the reason why I'm saying, when he says that, okay, when he says something like that, then you really, a lot of people saying, that everybody's talking, they got an attitude with the Cowboys because they gone and all that. No. No, Tyron Smith is the type that when he talk, I'm listening because he don't say nothing. If that was really what he said. if he said that, hold on, T. Don't quite leave yet. Don't leave yet. We in rehab, but we ain't letting nobody go. T, you stay right here in the family. Don't leave. I understand your comment. I understand. Don't leave quite yet. Just hang on. You may got one foot out the door. I'm just like a tug of war. I'm holding you by the arm, trying to pull you back in. Trying to pull you back in. Don't turn in the star yet. Don't turn in the star yet. If I ain't done it, look, don't do it. All the money I done invested in the Cowboys, got a show paying for. Let me put my hat on now. You know I can't because it's a thing. I can't do that. Okay, no, let's get that. Yeah, I don't need that. Y'all hear the music. Put my hat on. You put my hat on. Because I wear the star proudly. I can't quite leave yet. I can't leave yet. I can't do it, T. I'm holding on to you today. Come hang with your boy. Don't quite leave yet. Okay? Don't leave yet. Let the star still shine, baby. It's in your heart, T. Don't leave yet. All right? So now, when Tyron talks like this, if he did say this, then from the standpoint of other free agents, why would they want to come to Dallas? Why? If Tyron Smith is saying this, and everybody know he's one of those all-time great Dallas Cowboys, if he's saying that, why would anybody want to come to Dallas? It's not attractive. It's not attractive. By no means, it's not attractive at all. So why would they want to leave? Yeah. I got you, T. Stay, just hold on, though. You've been here this long. We might as well keep running. Yeah. But when Tyron says it, I know Cole Beasley talked. Okay, I know he was a little upset because he was a big integral part and it was time to pay him money. And now Cole got to go start all over again somewhere else. I get, I'm not saying what Cole was wrong. I'm just saying he has some value, but not all the value. When Dez Bryant says it, I'm paying attention. All-time Cowboy, but he's not a corporate Cowboy. See what I'm saying? But when one of the corporate Cowboys, don't get nobody no problems in any fashion, I got to pay attention to it. Darren, absolutely right. He said Tyron didn't want to be a part of the rebuild. There you go. That's what we have to admit. I think everybody, I see you, T. as the weeks done went by, I told y'all that when it first started. Now everybody's saying what I said at the beginning. I told y'all after the first week of free agency, even though we don't buy nothing, I knew right then that it's a rebuild. Because this year's free agents was so obvious that as far as you can get one of these people that will turn your organization around or get you over the hump. It was too thick. Too thick with some players that will come in, bring immediate impact to your team, bring immediate success to your team just by having them on your team. We let everybody go. Now we down here to the M&M free agents, the little pick-pack free agents, which is what we do, but we're not doing anything. Now, the part that didn't happen from previous years is that all these folks left. So now that puts us in a position where we really are trying to go to free agency for the same thing we went for last year, and that is strictly depth. But you ain't getting no impact, people. It ain't no impact. All those players gone. Huh? When we knew we weren't gonna get anybody there. I told y'all right then, everybody else had high hopes and still going. They all done caught up to me now. Everybody done caught up with me now. Now everybody's saying it's a rebuild. No surprise to me. All I wanted was clarity. Stop sending out false hope, Jerry. Stop saying we all in, having people wondering, everybody doing shows, wondering what all in mean and all that. Then you tried to clarify it. You still was a little sketchy on your definition, but you started leaning and pulling back, Jerry, which we already knew because we can tell by your actions, not your words. We could tell by your actions what was going on. But the key thing was all these people leaving. Now you look at the team, you saying like, God dang. Our number one running back right now is Rico Dow. Our number two is Deuce Vaughn. Really? I mean, really? We got 2/5 of our offensive line gone? Really? Yeah, I mean, defense, the depth that y'all used to brag about is now gone. Pass rush, Dante Fowler, Dorrance Armstrong, that was part of your depth. Dorrance Armstrong wasn't a starter, still almost give you 10 sacks a year. He got 7, 8, 9 sacks, 7 or 8 sacks for the year, and he playing a limited role. That's production. So you figured if Dorrance Armstrong was a starter somewhere, he gonna get you double-digit sacks. That's a loss. Dante Fowler, same thing. So now, when we look now, fast forward to what the Cowboys do best, then you look at it and say, okay, well, they had no choice but to do their best this year, because if they miss on the draft this year, it's gonna put us farther behind the 8 ball. That's what, as of right now, unless they got some rabbits in their hat, as of right now, this is where we are. We don't have no choice. Let me just put it this way. How many picks do we have in the draft this year? As of right now, you never know, they might try to pull something off. Draft day will get more picks. Who knows? But as of right now, how many picks do we have? Y'all forgive me, I don't know that. I think it's 6 or 7. Somebody help me out on that. How many picks do we have as of right now? I know we got the compensatory picks. I know we got that. Let me know. We have 7. Greg says we have 7 picks. All right. Out of those 7, Kelvin says 5. I think we got more than 5, Kelvin. We picked up 2 compensatory picks so far. I think we... Oh, okay. I see you, kid. Kid's talking about the quarterback, as he always does. Until he leaves, nothing will change. I get it. Okay. I ain't going to even argue with you on that today. But I think we got more than 5, Kelvin. I think it's either 6 or 7. No, I'm talking about this draft. This draft, Kelvin. This draft. How many picks do we have as of now? I think we got 6. It's either 6 or 7. Well, here's where I'm going with it. Because of the way that the offseason is went now, everybody, some of them guys are going to be strictly practice squad players. Some of those guys possibly won't even make the team, okay? But out of this, let's just say, for instance, is what Greg said. Let's just say it's 7. Well, guess what? Because of the way this offseason went, if you're really talking about being, I don't know what the goal is, because, please stop. Don't even come to me talking about no Super Bowl. Let me. I ain't one of those Cowboy fans. I don't even want to hear it. So let's just say you got 7 picks. If you about 3 or 4 of them, they got to hit. If it's 6, I got to have at least half that hit. I'm talking about playing time, or no practice squad, no all that. Don't dress for 17, 18 weeks. I ain't talking about that. Some of these guys, whoever get picked up in the first round, the second round, they got to be playing this year, right? Rookies, I understand. You got to hit because you ain't done nothing to improve the team. Exactly. 5 plus 2. So we got 7. They got to hit. If we got 7 picks, 3 of them, 3 have got to hit. Jackpot. 3 of them. We don't have time for the experiment. Even if you're a first round pick and you was an experimentation or turned out to be one like Mozzie, even though I'm expecting Mozzie to step up, we can't have no lost year with no first round pick. This ain't red shirt. You understand? We ain't got time for no red shirts. And if you're a first round pick, if you're a second round pick, you got to get on that field this year. You understand what I'm saying? That has to happen. If we talking about moving, because last year's draft class, I mean, come on, y'all. Who the ones that we figured they was hurt. I'm expecting Overshawn to play well next year. I am. He's that type of player. I'm expecting him to contribute, just like he would have contributed this year. He would have contributed this year if he wouldn't have got hurt. I'm expecting Mozzie to, I ain't saying Pro Bowl level, but I'm certainly expecting him to play better than he did last year. That's for sure. He has to. He has to. It ain't no question. So these guys got to hit. Now, here's my whole thing today. Now, I want y'all who haven't seen this, let's read it together. Okay? Let's read this together, because as I just told you, don't listen to Jerry Jones no more. Stop listening to Jerry. What you need to be listening to it, because this whole offseason has Stephen Jones handprints all over it. From the, as the country folks down here in Memphis, we in the surrounding areas, we like to say from the rooter to the tutor. Translation for those that don't understand, from the top to the bottom. This has Stephen Jones written all over it. So I'm not listening. And Darren, you're right. You're saying Parsons, Lamb, D-Law, because they sitting back watching. Because they heard all in too, but they didn't know what all in really meant. Now they see it. Now they formulating their opinions. See, if I'm Parsons, Lamb, and Dak, forget D-Law. If I'm Parsons, Lamb, and Dak, and I see what's going on right now, I ain't trying to do no team-friendly deals with the Dallas Cowboys. No, sir. And if you ain't gonna pay me, I guarantee you somebody else will at top dollar. So I'm not trying to listen. I'm not trying to do the Cowboys no favor. You ain't doing nothing to bring somebody in to help us out. So why should I try to do a team-friendly deal? Why should I try not to be the highest paid in my position? You ain't doing nothing to help. You're not surrounding me. Huh? T, I ain't going that rap. T, I ain't going. You got look. Like, hey, I'll be sure you got to do it on your own, dog. I'm sorry, I can't go out. I'm not doing favors for the Dallas Cowboys when we're 12-5, 3 straight years. Everybody knows you just need 1 or 2 players to get you over the hump or make you a better team than what you are, and those players were available. You didn't go get nobody. You ain't tried to get nobody. You ain't looking to get nobody. Why should I do you a favor saying, well, I'm here for a team-friendly deal? No. Parsons need to charge the Dallas Cowboys to make him the highest defensive player in the history of the NFL. It's his time. CeeDee Lamb needs to be, getting paid $30 million. CD is just waiting on Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson is waiting on CeeDee Lamb. Whoever signs first, the next one is going to get paid more. That's why CD ain't getting. CD is sitting back just waiting on Justin Jefferson. They're just waiting. Whoever signs first, the other one is going to make more. So that may go all the way until, good Lord, the week of training camp. And I don't blame CD. I don't blame Justin Jefferson. As far as Dak goes, well, the Cowboys so far have made a decision, and I really believe that they're struggling with the years, if you ask me. If you ask me, I think it's just the years. It ain't the money. It's the years. That's me. And then somebody else could come on here and say, well, that ain't big time. They're going to let Dak play that whole year contract out and then let him walk. I believe that somebody might say that, and all I can tell you is you may be absolutely right, because the common sense thing to do would be to extend them. That'll give you salary cap and all that kind of money back and all that kind of stuff. They haven't done it as of yet. Okay? So I think when it comes to that, to me, I think it's just the years. How long are you going to extend him? Because see, if you really don't believe in him like that, then I'll side with the people to say, let him play this year out and then let him walk. That's what I would do, because there ain't no sense of committing 3, 4, 5, 6 years to a guy that you don't believe in. It don't even make sense. It don't make sense. So I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I just don't think that. Yeah, I see, Terry. I say that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna argue it out, because see, most other teams would have had this situation, would have already taken care of it. That's just the truth. We all know this because we all done seen it. That's why I'm saying it's a reason why it hasn't happened, and it don't have anything to do with this pending court mess that's going on with Dak either. It don't have anything to do with that. I believe, personally, I always said they would extend them. The question would be for how long. While at the same time, I also said that I don't think the Cowboys fully believe. I've said that for years, that the Cowboys really don't fully believe in Dak. I've always said that. All right. So if that's the case, then you just let them play on this contract. You take that big old cap hit. You ain't gonna be able to sign nobody. Say, I believe they'll do CD before they do Dak. See, CD you can count on. CD is, you don't have no questions about him. So, and he would free up a lot of money if you restructure him or redo his deal. CD will bring a lot of money in as far as salary cap relief goes. I believe they would do CD. Just let Dak go ahead and walk. Because they ain't got no plans on getting nothing anyway. They are depending solely, as they always have, on the draft. We are truly a draft and development franchise. Now, I don't like it. I don't want us to overspend at the same time, but I don't like it because there have been players that have passed by that we could have gotten. And if this is what the ultimate future is going to be, that Stephen Jones is going to be running the show after his father, unfortunately leaves or whatever the case may be, then Cowboy fan, we're going to be in trouble. Because Stephen Jones' way is his way. And as I said at the beginning, I am sadly disappointed. I felt even worse when I saw this, because Stephen Jones is the person that you need to be listening to. Here's the article that got me depressed this week. This came from Patrick Walker. He writes for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a staff writer. He works there at the Star, gets a check from him. As you can see, Stephen, now listen, I'm gonna read this together, and then y'all keep the comments going, but I'm reading it. It says it's been a mostly quiet free agents for the Dallas Cowboys. That is, unless you count the number of players departing North Texas for the clubs. From Tyron Smith joining the Jets to Tony Pollard, heading to the Titans, to the exodus of talent catching flights, to reunite with Dan Quinn under the Commander's flag. It's been a challenging first week. There were positives, however. I don't know why he says it's positive. He said, however, such as the signing of former All-Pro linebacker Eric Kendricks, that is a positive. Signed him away from the 49ers, and 3 key re-signings. I don't know why you say it was key, but that's what he writes. Jordan Lewis, C.J. Goodwin, and Rico Dowd, hinting at momentum potentially picking up soon. No, they just got to fill out their roster. I mean, they ain't got nobody, so they got people that left. They got to fill in the holes. So it ain't things picking up. I mean, the things that he talking about picking up, those are things that has to happen because you got to have a certain amount of players going to training camp. It's not momentum. I mean, it's just you got to fill it out. But until it does, it hasn't, though the Cowboys don't appear to be frustrated. And see, that's what ticked me off. It hasn't, though the Cowboys don't appear to be frustrated by the recent string of events. The reason why he writes that is because of that man right there, Stephen Jones. Listen to what he says, and this is why I am more depressed. Listen to what Stephen Jones says. He says it's not frustrating because we've done a good job with the draft. Stop right there. Let this stop. Stop right there. Let's just stop right there. He's not frustrated. This is why I told you, y'all better listen to him. This is why y'all need to listen. Don't listen to Jerry. Jerry just talking. Jerry just trying to drive people to Cowboy land, have First Take talking about him now. Don't listen to Jerry. If you really want to know how the organization is running, you better listen to Stephen Jones. I'm convinced now. He is nothing like his daddy. Nothing. He is conservative. He is nothing like his father. As far as how to build a football team, he is nothing like that. He's nothing. He says, and this came out of his mouth, it ain't the writer. Steven says he's not frustrated about the offseason because of the way, let me get this out. He's not frustrated because of the offseason and the way it's going, because he says, well, we've done a great job in the draft. That tells you right there, his mindset is saying, this is the only way you really can build a football team. The free agents that we're going to sign is only going to be for depth purposes. And what you're hoping for, keyword, hope. You're hoping that some of these depth players turn into something else. In other words, we ain't worried about the for sure thing that's in free agency. We're worried about making sure we got this cap right. We're making sure that the people that some of these players, the teams have given up on, can find the fountain of youth and have a couple good years with us. Hope. And once I saw that, I said, number one, yep, we definitely in rebuild mode. It ain't even no question now. I'm going by what he said. Y'all see it? That's his words. Now listen, I stopped there. He said it's not frustrating because we've done a good job with the draft, said Executive Vice President, Director of Player Personnel, Stephen Jones. He said, I think we had 10, maybe 11 Pro Bowlers. That's a sign that in my mind, which is the only mind that counts, as far as I'm concerned, our organization, the scouting department, has done our job in terms of developing players. So what he's saying is that we draft them and turn them into Pro Bowl players, and that's good enough. That's what he said. There it is right there. Y'all see it. You ain't developed no players in the first place. It's the coaching staff that develop them, but you pick them. I give credit to Will for having a good eye. I don't know how much Steven really has, as far as that goes. I give credit to the scouting department and Will McClay being the director of it. But as far as Stephen Jones sitting there watching tape and doing all that, Stephen Jones ain't doing all that. That's Will and the scouting department. I give them credit for it. But if you think this is the way, this is all that you got to do, draft. That's all you got to do. Just draft. That's it. You just draft and develop. What about the players that you miss on, though? Because see, out of every draft class, ain't going to be about at least 2 or 3. And if you got 7 picks, maybe only 2. You mean just because you draft don't mean they're going to hit. And if you only get 2 out of every draft class, you pile them up and you find yourself like the Cowboys have. At least Steven not lying. There's plenty of Pro Bowl players on this team. I can't say he lying. That's the truth. But he is so locked in on this one way of building a football team that it is incredibly frustrating to me. Because I'm not feeling good at all. I'm not feeling good about this. I'm not feeling good about this at all. Because this is what you need to be listening to. You don't need to listen to Jerry no more. Let's continue on why I'm upset. Let's continue on. See, if that didn't shake you, then, I don't know what else will. We are a draft and developmental football team. We're not free agents at all. So I told y'all that last year, told you the year before. Now that you see his words, I don't care who is the free agents next year. I don't care what free agents get released this year. I don't care how big the name is. You already know Cowboys are not going to sign them. All right, that's just automatic. Watch this. And here's the future. This is what you got to pay attention to. Jared, Steven is giving you the whole strategy. Listen what he says. It's a great thing having the Micah, CD, and the Dak challenge ahead of us in terms of getting them under the cap. And we're all in on getting that done. That part, I believe. Because what he's really saying is, we're going to make sure Michael, CD, and Dak, I'm not sure about that Dak thing, but I'm sure about Michael and CD. I believe they're going to stand them and they're going to say, we're going to build around just these 3 people. This is who we're going to build around. That's the translation, whether the Dak thing is true or not. Michael and CD, they're going to get done. What he's saying is, we're going to build around just them because they're going to take up a whole lot of money. And whatever we can get after everybody else, that's the way it's going to be. And the reason why it's so frustrating to me is because when you look at everybody else, the teams there, they ain't focusing just on those 3 players. They got at least 4 or 5, 6 dogs, impact players. You're limiting this team, and by letting folks go and all that kind of stuff, you're limited. I don't want to hear nothing about the salary cap thing because they ain't going to the same school that everybody else is going. They not. The Cowboys are going, and they need a class on, on salary cap, because their other teams are doing things that we don't even go to first base with it. Everybody else is signing superstar, and another superstar. And you like, wait a minute, don't they have the same salary cap number that we do? How is it that they signing, folks? How does Philly keep getting all these super impact players? How? They ain't doing no team-friendly deals. Saquon didn't do no team-friendly deal. Jalen Hurts is already signed, $51 million a year. I thought they said when you pay your quarterback, you can't pay nobody else. They got A.J. Brown. They got the other kid, the other wide receiver, Devontae Smith. They got Dallas Goedert still. They got all that defense. They just signed another cornerback. I thought Jerry said when the quarterback take the pie, you can't sign nobody else. I can't tell. I can't tell. Somebody ain't got a quite good understanding of the salary cap. Somebody don't have the same. They doing a different strategy that the Cowboys just ain't figured out yet. I don't get it. But this is what Steven is saying. This is who you need to pay attention to. He's giving you the blueprint of what he feels, how to build a football team. And so far, this is what they've done. They hadn't done it. He's giving you the blueprint. He's giving you the blueprint of how to build a football team. He's telling you this. Let's keep reading. He said that right there, and the writer said, there's that phrase again, the one that's polarized and defined the entire offseason thus far, all in. The initial declaration from owner and manager Jerry Jones has since been repositioned and clarified by the younger Jones. That's why you need to listen to Steven. Don't listen to Jerry. Making it known that the Cowboys were never planning to go all in on signing outside free agents. Well, if you've been listening to my show, you already know I've said that without him writing it. Everybody had hopes that we would sign it. I even had hope too, but it would just been too good to be true. This is what Steven says, and here we go. When you want to keep your players you've developed and worked so hard to get that are playing at Pro Bowl levels, then you're not going to be able to go out and chase those big money external free agents, added Jones. I've always been like that. There you go. I've always been like that in the first couple of days in free agency. You pay good players like they're great, and you pay average players like they're good because the market is inflated. Right there tells you what we have been saying the whole time. He's already telling you. He's not paying no big money nowhere. He's not. Even though some of these free agents makes perfect sense. Now you understand why Derrick Henry didn't even get a phone call. Even though he was about 5-6 minutes away from the start. Now you understand that. Because Steven already got in his mind, well, we're not going to overpay. And Derrick Henry is the type that, he qualifies, that he's going to have to be overpaid. That's what he's saying. He's already saying it. We'll pick back up on it because there's a little bit more in there. He's saying when you got these players you develop and you want to re-sign, this is where this turn come in. We like our guys. See what I'm saying? Here we go again. We draft, develop you. You turn into that, we'll pay you. We like our guys. We don't want to go outside. We like our guys. Steven is not lying. He's not lying. He's telling you exactly how this thing is gonna go. He's also giving you the blueprint for the future when he finally takes over. This is what we gotta. This is what we gotta look forward to. It ain't. Don't listen to Jerry. He's telling you, listen. We were like our guys. We're not gonna overpay for big free agents. We don't care how great a football player he is. We ain't gonna do it. Michael, I understand. It is. You say the Cowboys can create $70 million in cap room today by extending Dak Prescott, restructuring the contracts of Trayvon Diggs, Marcus Lawrence, Terrence Steele, and Zach Martin. That is 1,000% accurate and true. But if they redo all that, what they gonna do with it? They ain't doing nothing with it. Remember, the money rolls over. The more money they save, the money rolls over to the next year. I believe that's what they trying to do. They gonna need to do something, of course, because they gotta sign. They gotta sign their draft picks. They gotta sign obviously some free agents. They gotta sign some free agents coming up because you go into training camp with 90. Remember, there's no cut until the last week of preseason. So you gotta pay 90 players money. 90 players. and you cut it down at the last week of preseason to your 53-man roster. But for now, they got to get this money together so they can pay these people, these camp bodies, these guys that are eventually gonna make the team. And then you got to sign your practice squad players. That's gonna cost you a little money. Once you sign all of them, that's what they're looking at. They ain't looking to make no impact. Shoot, all the impact guys are gone. All free agents now for the Dallas Cowboys right now is for depth. That's it. What they're hoping for is the draft, that they can get some starters immediately, and then you're gonna put the franchise in the hands of a bunch of rookies. It's just like now, first round pick. We all know, based off what we done seen so far this offseason, it would be, there ain't no such thing as best player available now. You got too many. I mean, it's just way too many holes. You got 2/5 of your star linemen gone. First pick of the draft, first round, is gonna be an offensive lineman. It shouldn't even be a question. Ain't gonna be no wide receiver, no matter how good. I mean, it is what it is. And whoever that offensive lineman in the first round gonna be, probably is gonna have a real good chance of starting week 1, barring injury, of course. They're not look, just by what they're saying, they snuck a little piece of news out this week that tells you that they're not gonna get that kid from Oregon, the center. Why? Because they put out a little thing. They wanted to get Brock Hockman and said he's taking the next step. He's doing all he can to be the starting center of the Dallas Cowboys this year. I like Hoffman. I thought he played well. But you ain't gonna draft that kid from Oregon who's a monster at center. You ain't gonna draft him. You might go left tackle now. You might go left tackle, which is what we need, because you're not gonna move Tyron Smith to left tackle. You're not gonna take him away from guard, so you're probably gonna draft a left tackle. So Dak Prescott blindside is gonna be in the hands of a rookie. Man, gosh. Come on now. And if you go Tyler Smith to left tackle, now what you're saying is, okay, you also believe TJ Bass is enough to play left guard now. TJ Bass played well, in my view. When you look at his tape, there are more positives than negatives. You can roll with TJ Bass at left guard, but he'll be a first time, I ain't gonna say a first time starter, but heading into camp as the number 1 guy on the draft, on the depth chart at guard if they move Tyler Smith to tackle. So you got Brock Hoffman that's probably going to be your center this year, and then you got TJ Bass right beside him as your left guard. What do you think the defense is going to attack? I hope they ready. You see what I'm saying? See, but this is the playground that they have built now. Seriously. So the draft is going to be important, and they better hit. Because the way it is right now, everybody got to admit the organization is doing this. They're going down. They're not going up. They're going down. It's worse than what it was when we finished it for the playoff game. And a lot of people say, hey, it's time to rebuild anyway. I get it. But all I'm going to tell you is the draft better be right. Let's go back to this because there's more. He says, I also, here goes Steven talking this mess. Of course he looked 365 because he's looking for bargains. He said, I also look at it as player acquisition being 365 days a year. It's not just the first or second day of free agency. In other words, depth, not impact. To the latter part, when asked to describe the Cowboys' free agency plan going forward and over the next several weeks leading to the 2024 NFL draft, he says, I don't look at it as the next few weeks. I look at it at it as all the way up and through the season in terms of how we continue to address this. As we all see, that first negotiating day is wild and it's big dollars. But things are calming down now, and that's where we think we can be efficient and do good things. See, I told y'all. It's coming from Steven. This was running it. Of course, the first day of free agency is wild. And of course it's big dollars. You know why? Because they're big time players. Big time players get big time money. Duh. But he worried about being efficient. Did y'all see that? He said, but things are calming down now, and that's where we think we can be efficient and do good things by shopping at Dollar Tree. See, I'm trying to tell y'all, this all I had to read this week. I ain't had to read nothing else. I ain't had to hear nothing else. And while while some of my brothers are full of optimism, trying to do the drafts and all that kind of stuff, please. This letter here is what everybody should have been focusing on. It says, look for the Cowboys to also scan daily the pool of released talent for possible interest. Listen. I think we have in the past, whether it's via trade or like we did yesterday with Kendricks, I'm sure there will be more players released around the league as people move forward and work within their cap. Jones added, you never know what you might see that you don't see today. Those are things that we feel very prepared to make good decisions on, and we look forward to it. As it stands, the Cowboys roster has been weakened by the losses of in-house talent, be it by free agents or outright release and retirement, and no one can rightfully argue against that fact. That's absolutely true. It's also true that the season doesn't kick off tomorrow, so there's still time to find the right rail to get the team on track in what's now become one of the most pivotal seasons in recent memory, and they'll have to get creative with the salary cap in order to do so. Time will tell how all of this plays out. Listen, y'all. Listen, please. Of course it's pivotal because it's going to determine whether you stay close to your 12 wins or you're going to go all the way down to 8 and 9 wins. That's why it's pivotal this year. Because you ain't do nothing. You lost too many folks this year. We don't lose people like we lost in the off season this year. Everybody don't leave. See what I'm saying? Look what he says at the end. What the guy is writing there. He's saying that it's also true that the season doesn't kick off tomorrow, so there's still time to find the right rail to get the team on track. Wait a minute. Off M&M free agents. Oh, that's how you're gonna fill out the roster. When Stephen Jones said this, he says, you never know what you might see that you don't see today. Those are all the things that we feel very prepared to make good decisions on, and we look forward to it. Well, there are going to be some cap casualty type guys. It's going to be some good players. It's going to be some good players that get cut that are very good, probably some Pro Bowl players that they just can't pay. But just because they gonna fall out, that don't mean the Dallas Cowboys are to be front and center and scoop them up, because they still are good players. And they still gonna demand somewhat of a decent amount of money. And the Cowboys, for instance, like they were messed up on Zach Moss, the running back. They ain't want to go past $4 million. That was their price, $4 million for a running back. They consider that too much. I don't have nothing to hang my hat on as far as hope goes. I don't. Y'all might have it. I ain't knocking you for. I'm not knocking you for it. I don't have the hope. I don't. And the draft, as much as y'all love it, That ain't I ain't never been. That's why y'all don't see me do too many draft shows and all that. I've seen the Cowboys draft first team All-Americans, and they didn't even make it past the practice squad. Remember that kid a couple years ago? I forgot his name. Kid from Utah who was a first team All-American, an edge rusher who averaged almost 18, 19 sacks in his senior year. The kid didn't even make it past the practice squad. What am I getting hyped for? He's a first team All-American. Yeah, that didn't even dress. What am I getting hyped for? Yeah, you ain't playing him. You're not gonna play him. You know, you hoping Sam Williams takes the next step. You hoping instead of getting some for sure guys. You hope Moses Smith is ready to go. You hope. You see what I'm saying? You hope, and you let Jonathan Hankins go. You hope. I believe in Jonathan Hankins more than I do Mozzie. I'm not insinuating you should have got rid of Mozzie. You couldn't do that anyway. I'm just saying for sure things. Guys that don't cost too much money. What I mean, you letting go of stability and trying to replace it with hope and instability. It just don't make sense to me. Not only did you let go you let the whole depth go. I mean, it was their choice. They were free agents. I get it. They wanted to go play with Dan Quinn. But good Lord. Your whole depth gone. That's what you used to brag on, depth. That's gone. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Exactly, Terry. That was him. Fiaco. Well, no, I ain't talking about Semi. That ain't who I was talking about. I ain't talking about the wide receiver. I was talking about the kid from Utah that we drafted, I think, 2 years ago, who was a first-team All-American, played at Utah. He was an edge guy. He was just small. He was about 6'2", 6'3", but he only weighed 258, 260. You know, small guy, which may be the reason why he didn't get on the field. But I'm just talking about in terms of, okay, we got a first-team All-American in the 6th round. We got a Deuce Vaughn in the 6th round. I mean, and Deuce was in jogging suits. Sam Williams was the DN. I mean, come on. Sam Williams spent more time on special teams being a gunner. And I don't want to hear nothing about no penalties and all that kind of stuff. When you got that type of speed, he should have been in a rotation. Well, you thought that Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong were better, and I would agree with you. But I'm saying just because we draft somebody in the 2nd round or 3rd round don't necessarily mean they're going to get impact. Exactly, you're right. I forgot it for a minute. That kid. You understand? So and the boy was a monster in college, Fiaco. He was a monster. We was all happy about the pick, like, man, that's another great pass rusher. The boy didn't even get past good Lord. The only time you saw him was in preseason, and I think he did dress a couple times. He didn't get on the field. See what I'm saying? The draft, it's a crapshoot. The draft is a crapshoot. This is not the Mountain West Conference. This is not the American Athletic Conference. This is the NFL where everybody was All-American. Everybody. Everybody was. Everybody was all conference. Everybody. Just because you first team All-American don't mean nothing. They better hit on the draft this year. Based off what you done seen so far this offseason. Oh yeah, this the year. It ain't even no question. They got to hit on it. Because if they don't, man, we gonna be doing this. I think that was Michael Evans that said, shows you what can happen if they extend, folks. But we're at the point now, like, okay, you get $70 million of salary cap relief. I mean, what you gonna do with it? Nothing. But fill out the roster. Save the rest of it up. Save some of it up just in case somebody get hurt. Then you ain't got no choice but to go pay somebody that's sitting in the streets or something like that, but got a name that ain't gonna require too much money. Then you get to roll that money over to the next year's salary cap. You just piling it up, and what? Why? When your real owner Stephen Jones just told you, and from his own words, how the football team is built. It ain't about free agents. He ain't never shopping on first day. We should know that by now. He's shopping on the second day. He just told you. When it's calming down now, that's when we go to work. Yeah, when it calmed down. In other words, when everybody get the Dollar Tree, that's here we come. We high spenders. Come on, fan base, get with us. Here we go. Y'all been asking for it. Here we go. You shopping at your local grocery store. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we gonna sign these. Watch how many people we sign. Just watch. Man, please. Man, please. I'm irritated by this. I am. I mean, I'm gonna be here week by week, and I'm just gonna be saying, okay. And they're gonna blame it on McCarthy because he's gonna lose his job. I mean, just think, what do you think McCarthy's thinking about? Oh, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, same old movie. It just came, I think, yesterday or Thursday. Mike McCarthy is going to Michigan, which I love. And y'all know I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm happy about my team winning the championship this year. But Mike McCarthy is going again to Michigan to scout the Michigan players. Same old movie. The Dallas Cowboys always make their annual trip to Michigan. If you look at the roster, they're always going to go get one or two Michigan guys. Schoonmaker last year from Michigan. And on that note, since he's going to Michigan, he ain't going there for nothing. I think they may have their eyes, or they going to take a look at Blake Corum, running back from Michigan. Because they're going to need another running back. It just ain't no question about that. It's going to be a running back by committee, and Blake Corum would fit nice in the committee. Man, ain't no sense talking about no number one running back. Shoot, they all going to get the same amount of carries. They ain't going to run the ball but 13 times a game in the first place. 14, 15 tops. All between all of them. They ain't running no ball. How you think Mike McCarthy feel saying this? See, he ain't gonna, he gonna try to be optimistic. I know he gonna be saying like, God dang, these niggas, they ain't giving me no chance. No chance. I can't win. I do the best I can, but my job on the line, y'all sure ain't trying to help me. That's what Mike McCarthy got to be saying. Like, wait a minute now. What? My last year, I'm gonna have a rookie left tackle. My last year, really? All this depth gone on defense. Trayvon Diggs coming off a ACL injury. Don't know if he gonna be his usual self. And Gilmore's out there. We ain't signed him for depth. Huh? What? Overshown coming off of ACL. Everybody know you don't be yourself in the first year coming off. You'll take almost a good year and a half to be right. And this is what you leave it. Mike McCarthy got to be saying this. Don't worry, Coach McCarthy. If some kind of way this get to you, I'll say it for you. You know what time it is. Which makes it even worse. I see Mike McCarthy's going to lose his job. Because you ain't getting no NFC championship game. Now, I'm putting that on record now. And I'm a Cowboy fan. But there's nowhere in the world I'm confident in saying that the Dallas Cowboys are going to the NFC championship game. So you're going to lose your job. Now we got to go to another whole new coaching staff. Whole new defensive coordinator. Mike Zimmer going to lose it too. Whole new staff. Whole new systems. Both sides of the ball. Then they say, well, look, we made Al Harris the assistant head coach. What difference do it make? If you sign up Al Harris to assistant head coach, he gonna be fired the next year. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. How y'all think Mike McCarthy feel? And we gonna be, some of y'all gonna be the first one. Oh my God, he can't coach. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Got a ring on his finger saying he can coach. Ain't too many coaches walking around with a world championship ring on their finger. No, he can coach. Stop it. It was a different time. I know. You got coaches that been coaching in this time, then, that ain't won the Super Bowl. Stop it. Man know what he doing. Y'all gonna, no. Now you gonna do that. Well, at least I'm not. Y'all can, but I'm not. He can't be feeling good. He know he need players. You know he telling his wife, good God, they ain't signed Dak yet. Jesus, what's going on here? What? They ain't signed. They ain't done CD yet. God, I mean, we need salary cap relief so we can go get somebody. This is the running back crew that you sending me. Rico Dow, who can't stay healthy. You got and I don't mean to be funny, but I'm saying you got an undersized running back who can't block. He's too small. They're gonna run over him in pass protection. You know, this is not the Big 12. This is the NFL. He gonna get destroyed in the NFL. In Deuce Vaughn, you sitting there telling me as of right now, this all y'all. This is what Coach McCarthy is saying behind closed doors. This is what he's saying to his wife. You ain't gonna hear this out loud. You in behind closed doors. Coach McCarthy saying, this all I got is running back. When y'all know I need a running back. Y'all know I need a running back. And y'all want us to put our hands together for Rico Dow? That's what I got. Right then and there, McCarthy said, oh my God. Let me go and drop these extra passing plays because Dak gonna have to throw the ball at least 60 times per game. But we ain't running the ball. This is what McCarthy is saying about it. You would say it too. You would say it too. I'm about to lose my job, and this is what y'all call all in. Man, I might as well start packing up my office right now. I might as well start packing up my office right now. I don't have it. I don't see it. All right, y'all hang with me. Hey, I got a few people here. Everybody hit that like button for me. Everybody, YouTube, hit that heart button for me. You watching by Facebook, hit that heart button for me. I mean, that like button. Everybody smash it. I need about 25 apiece. It'll take you quick, like, bam, just smash it. Smash it just like that. Hey, I see somebody on Twitter. Hey, hit that blue heart button for them. Just smash the screen if you don't mind. Somebody's on Twitch. I don't know what Twitch has, but just hit it there for me. I mean, maybe y'all see it different than I do. Don't worry about it, because I'm about to open up the lines in just a second. Maybe y'all see it different, but I've been watching football a long time, played it. I know what I see what everybody. You think San Francisco is worse? You think Detroit has gotten worse? You think Philadelphia has gotten worse? You think Green Bay has gotten worse? Have you seen what the Chicago Bears have done? I'm just saying. Go over to the AFC. I done named at least 4 or 5 teams just in the NFC. I ain't got to. I mean, you don't think the acquisition of one man and Derrick Henry to the Baltimore Ravens, you believe that made the Ravens worse? Or do you think they just gotten better? I believe everybody know what the answer to that is. It got better. One man changed the whole thing up. One man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One or two players can change the whole thing. We don't do that. Baltimore signed one man in Derrick Henry. They're already better. The world champion Kansas City Chiefs. Now, they took a hit because they lost Snead, their all-pro cornerback, because they couldn't pay him. So he's gone to Tennessee now. They traded him. I'll give you that. They got worse, even though they did re-sign Chris Jones. But they signed. Whenever you lose all-pro, you get worse. You don't get better. That's what I'm saying about Tyron Smith, even though I thought he should have been gone anyway. But the fact remains, when you lose an all-pro and replacing him with a rookie, perhaps, guess what? You're worse. See what I'm saying? So I don't quite, I don't see it. Y'all maybe y'all see it. And for those that are gonna answer this, you know, if you get on the line talking about the draft, I'm just gonna let you have it, because you telling me the draft gonna make us better. No. I'll let y'all do all the mock drafts and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be excited like you. I'm gonna be watching it, but I can't get excited for guys who I don't even know if they're gonna dress or not. See what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't. All right. Y'all stay with me. Y'all see the phone line there. Don't call yet, because I got to show you about the NGBN.TV network. Got to show you that because what's been going on at the network has been extraordinary. We're saving lives. National sponsors have signed on with the network now. We're getting bigger and bigger. I haven't signed a national sponsor yet. I need to get my game up. I need to find somebody that's going to sign up for national sponsorship. We've got sports leagues that are signed up with this. Everybody's getting with mental health. It's important, man. Listen, you'd be surprised how much mental health is taking away people. And that's what this network is for. You heard me talk about it before. I'll just show you the video now, and hopefully you guys will join it. All you gotta do is go to the NGBN.TV network, just download it. That will help us out. Won't cost you anything. It's a free app. Just join it there. You can still watch me from wherever you're watching me from, but just add that to it. That'll help us out on that. Here's a little word about NGBN.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. In the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers, we're on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device or check us out at NGBN.TV. This is NGBN TV.
Also, I did not tell you that if you have, of course, everybody now has smart TVs. Well, you can download the app to your TV, download it to your Roku or your Amazon Fire TV. You can download it there. I'm live right there right now. I don't have no idea who's watching me there because I don't have that in my stats. Could be people watching me there now. Hello to you if you're watching me from the NGBN.TV network. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. But if you would, you just download that. If you don't want to do it to your phone, just download. There's a symbol there, NGBN, to your top right on your computer. If you're watching me by your computer or wherever you're watching me from, just download that to your phone and you can do that. All right, phone line open. I'll let y'all close it out. I got about 20 22, 23 minutes. That's all I got. You can call in now, 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. And there my guy is.
Call from Coach Marv. To accept, press 1.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Coach Marv is in the building. Put your hands together. Coach, I ain't been here for a minute. He's in depression like I am. And it is what it is. So Coach might take up the whole time. So I know you got plenty to talk about. Let's go, Coach.
Yeah, how you doing, Big Show, man? It's really good to watch the things you're putting together, man. And mental health is a big issue that's going on now. And I think we got some mental health issues with the Cowboy Nation right now.
Yes, sir.
I heard you say what you said about McCarthy. I had questions about McCarthy for a while. And I definitely got questions about, is he the guy that can lead this team with so many distractions and a young team to where they need to go, or push this team to where they need to be? And my questions come in is because as being a former coach, I don't know if he has the mental capability to do that, because as you point out, that he has a Super Bowl rank. And he has had some times in the NFL where he's been a Super Bowl, and he's won a Super Bowl, and he's been to some NFC championship games. And he was successful at Green Bay. He's worked with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So he has a resume that says that he is capable of doing the job and getting teams to the Super Bowl. But there's a difference sometimes in saying he may be good for Green Bay environment, but not good for the crazy, hectic environment of the Dallas Cowboys. With a resume of a guy like that, if I had that type of resume, where I say that I don't think he has the toughness or the mentality, is because why would he take a $4 million, 5-year, $20 million contract, or $4 million a year, and be the lowest paid coach in the NFL with that type of resume? And I want you to think about it, Big Show. If you were in your profession, right? If you have that type of resume, would you take the lowest paid job, lowest paid salary in a market with the biggest company in the industry?
He was desperate.
So then when you get in that company and you go 12-5, where in the football land, you go 12-5, where there has not been a coach ever in the Cowboys history that has won 12 games in a row 3 consecutive years, and you don't get an extension. So what did that tell you about your job and your security of your job? And why would you think that they will build a team for you to be there long term? Because if you're not successful, why would we get players in here that fits your style, or go get multiple players that fit your style, when we know that we don't have the confidence in you? Because that's telling you they don't have the confidence.
Exactly.
And that we have to go another direction.
Exactly.
This is why I say we doing things a very unorthodox way. And then in Dallas, it takes a special breed of person because of the other aspects that you have the other NFL teams don't have. You got a rabid fan base. You got a lot of publicity. You got fires to put out. You got a lot of distractions. So you have to have a what we call a mentality of a very strong mentality to keep everything in line and keep your players on the growth path. And I just think we are underestimating one problem when we go back to the Green Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of us want to go and talk about this and that, and one of linebackers and all of this and running game. But we came out like a team that was not prepared to play football
at all.
And this is not, when your head coach says that, which he did say that after the game, and when your head coach says that, you have to look and say, well, yeah, we like McCarthy, but we have to understand that he has that same thing that happened in his career before. He took a 15-1 Green Bay team that was 15-1 and lost a first-round game to the New York Giants, who were 9-7.
Yep.
In Green Bay.
At home. In the
because
snow.
They were not ready.
Yep.
Because they were not ready to play football. So this is not something past his DNA, and he has lost a lot of big games and NFC championship games where he's had the lead and lost. He lost his championship game to Seattle where he had the game won through 3.5 quarters. So this is not something I don't want us to say the Super Bowl victory is I don't want to say that we want to downgrade that, but there is some very hiccups in his career that didn't get magnified because he was in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was anyplace else, they have been probably magnified to a level of where, it would have been glaring. So that's why when you say about the being desperate, these are the hiccups in him that makes him desperate. And when he doesn't stand up as a man of his and believe in himself and say that I should have at least a 1-year extension, how can he lead men when he don't even respect himself and his own resume? So that's one problem. The main problem is, and I have been saying this for a while, but everybody don't want to listen to me, but it's starting to seep out a little bit. And I was, when you do research, Big Show, you say, well, man, why the Cowboys are not dealing in free agency? Why are now this often guys $4 million contracts? But when you go back and watch, I think both Cowboys put out there something, and some other people put out something that was on Twitter saying, when the NFL does their look at the amount of cash played, not the salary cap, the amount of cash, that means bonuses and actually payout of salaries during a year, the actual cash paid out to the football, when you're talking about coaches and all that. The Dallas Cowboys has been almost in the last 2 or 3 in actual cash payouts for the last 6 to 7 years. And you're like, well, what that mean, Coach? Mm-hmm. Well, that means that the salary cap is a frivolous number. But when it comes to getting players that they want to get free agent players, you have to give bonus money, and that's actual cash payout to be able to fit guys into structures. But the Cowboys are telling you that they're doing 1-year contracts with no bonus money, and they're doing bottom-level contracts, and they're paying out as they have what we call a cash budget. Not a salary cap, but they have a certain amount of cash that they're paying out all year long, and that's their budget, and that's their internal budget, and they're not doing any of that. So you say, well, Coach, why would the richest organization have the lowest paid coaching staff in the league for the last 7 years, which they've had, and then not pay the amount of money? Because if you look at our roster, we have one person, Zach Martin. We just moved up to the highest paid guard, the second highest paid guard. But before that, we had no guy in the top 3 in salaries.
Yep.
Even Dak Prescott was 10 last year. Nobody else in the top 3 in salaries. And we are considered the richest organization, well, not richest, but the most valued organization in sports. But we're not paying any cash out because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I posted something on Twitter the other day, and I don't think our fan base is really understanding when I posted that Jerry Jones this last week, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, just paid $100 million out to buy stock in the company. And if you read the article, that is failing.
Yeah, I put it out. I put it in our little group there. I put it out last week.
Right? And somebody say, well, that's rich people. No, think about it. That's cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
And do the Cowboys make money? Yeah. Do people really understand when they look at these owners of NBA, NFL, hockey teams, all these sports franchises? Do they really think that that's where they make their millions of dollars from? They make their fortunes from? These things are what we call expensive hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys might make $300, $400 million in a year.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why they don't make $1 billion a year is because a sports franchise is one of the hardest ones to make a lot of money because it has so much overhead that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of overhead. So guys that get these organizations, these franchises, they buy them because that's an expensive hobby. That's a great way to raise their value as a person because they buy it at a certain value, and then when it increases in value, it brings them up in value. But it's not where their big money comes from. And I don't even believe that the people out there don't understand that Jerry Jones is probably the fifth or maybe the sixth or seventh richest owner in the NFL. There's 6 or 7 guys that are richer than him in value because of their other businesses.
Yep.
So let's be realistic. The Cowboys say that they're going to spend this amount of cash. They're going to, and they listen. That's smart business way, and the profits they make off the Cowboys and the prestige they make off the Cowboys, they're going to filter that money, that extra money, into their other businesses to make their other businesses profitable. But that's not. I'm not saying that that's not a dumb thing to do, and I'm pro building through the draft. I believe that's how you build stability. But you gotta have one thing, and it goes back to my first statement about McCarthy. If you're going to build through the draft, you got to be not who you draft, not what free agents you pick up. You got to make sure that you got the best coaches in the NFL where you have no salary cap. Because you can save money with players, but you got to have guys that can develop and get the best out of your stars, your mid-range guys, and the bottom of your roster, and not have people that get off focus and talk about parties for after the win party for a game that you hadn't played, for guys to come in and say, well, we blame it this guy, we blame it that guy, not for you not to have guys on your team that leave your team and go be productive other places because you did not develop and use them or push them hard enough while they was in doubt.
True.
I have said it time and time again. You can do it that way, Jerry, with the build through the draft. But you can't get low budget, market, Walmart coaches and think that you're going to be able to do that by building through the draft if you don't have the top of the line coaching staff that they don't have no salary cap. They would save you money because they would get the most out of a guy that people may not think, but they'll get the most out of it. But if we as fans think that we're going to be able to go and buy everybody in the league, we got to understand that we had 9 Pro Bowlers on this team and I don't know how many All-Pros. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me that we need a whole lot more? Mm-hmm. What we think we need to have 13 before Mike McCarthy to be able to win a Super Bowl or anybody to win a Super Bowl here? That is not going to happen. The reason why it's not going to happen is because the Joneses in that letter have told you that they're only going to spend a certain amount of money, and that is going to be it. Mm-hmm. They gave out they gave out 2 mega signing bonuses in the last 5 years. That was one to Diggs, and that was one to Dak Prescott. Everybody else have been getting low budget signing bonuses, and the guys that they have signed so far, the signing bonuses that they got, the upfront money, doesn't even get to $600,000.
Yep.
So they have told you, and that is smart billionaire type money for for their brand.
But
and
it
I
ain't Super
understand
Bowl.
it's hard to believe.
But it ain't Super Bowl.
It's hard to believe a $13 billion company, a $1 billion worth company, is what we call in a cash stream. But what worth, I want you to understand, worth doesn't mean cash.
Mm-hmm.
You could be driving, you could be living in a house that's $500,000, is $1 million house, and driving a car that's $150,000, but have $5,000 in your bank account.
Yep.
You might be worth a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
but you may not have a lot of cash.
Trash. It's cash, but you.
And you're not going to borrow money.
Mm-mm.
And one thing NFL teams are not going to do, they're not going to borrow money or go out and borrow $200 million to pay free agents. That's not a good investment.
No.
You're paying guys that is no direct relate of them bring you income.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you're going to do. That's not smart business.
No.
So we're going to hope that this year comes out. I think we still got a good football team, but it's going to come down to how they're being prepared and what is going to be the focus, which is going to be so hard, Big Show, when you have a bunch of guys on 1-year contract and you have a coaching staff on 1-year contract. Because my experience says, once you run into one bit of adversity during the season, then you start having people that start going and start looking for self-preservation.
Yeah, they pack it in.
And when you start doing self-preservation, it can get bad if you have an injury. And if self-preservation jumps in, then you're going to have, I don't care how much talent you got, you're going to have so many people going in opposite directions, and you're not going to be able to rein it in and do the little things to win a Super Bowl.
It'll look just like Philly did at the latter part of the year, losing all them games in a row.
Because once you're not a team and you don't feel like, and I applaud Philly. What some Philly winner did, they said they're going. And you know, they got Kellen Moore, but they went out and they got some guys that are going to coach hard. They changed that, and they said that they made a stand to say they're with their head coach. They don't know, but they gave a stand to support him, and they left him alone. He's got a longer contract than a year, and they went and got some other coaches, and then they say, hey, then we're gonna get some new players, and we're gonna let some players go, or some players are gonna retire. But we got to change the mentality of how we do things as a football organization. Mm-hmm. But I just think the reality TV show of the Cowboys, I really believe it's a show to try to make us believe that it's a different thing. And I say this last thing. I put out a post where they had this thing in their locker room. And they said they had a locker room. They said it's a privilege, not a right, to be a player, a coach,
for the Cowboys,
or to work for the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
They make it feel to me and to you and to all the YouTubers and all the people that's in your chat right now that it's a privilege to be a Cowboy fan. No Jerry Jones, no Stephen Jones. You should feel privileged that we have been, and YouTubers have made shows around your organization to report on your organization, and that we have kept you popular for 27 years of purgatory that you have given us by your things of saying, as you said when you let Jimmy Johnson go, that you said, I can get talent here and I can get 500 guys to coach them and win championships, then you have really been wrong, because you have tried a lot, but you have not gotten that. No and way. You should be privileged that we are making you a $10 billion company. But we shouldn't be privileged just to coach there. That's why you want friendly deals from your players, because you make them say, hey, you should feel privileged to be a Cowboy, so we can pay you dirt cheap, because it's a privilege to be with the Cowboys. Yeah. And until we change that and become humble ourselves, then we won't start seeing the light of day. And what humbling might be for the best for the Cowboys and I hate to say this, and it hurts me to my heart, it may have to blow up in their face this year to be able to be humble. But I tell Dak Prescott, and this is a biblical thing, Dak, don't get caught up in the rapture.
Get on out of here. I say it clear than that. I don't want to say it either, but you know, he see the handwriting on the wall. He see what's going on. You got to make a smart decision.
Don't put your value and say because you love the Cowboys so much, because Joe Witt should have showed you something. He put out a long time ago. It was his dream, his dad's dream, his dream to be a Dallas Cowboy coach, and he had the opportunity right in his hand to be a coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And he turned away from his dream to go to a stable place in Washington.
Wow.
That should have mean Dak. That should have showed you something. This man been his dream.
Yep.
And he left there to go someplace else to build again because he saw the handwriting on the wall.
Exactly. And it's there.
Appreciate you, Big Show.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Coach. Good hearing from you again, man.
Yeah, I'll be hanging with you later.
All right, that was one and only Coach Marv. Now, I'm going to do this. We're going to do a little overtime today. I knew Coach was going to have a little bit more to say, and I knew it was going to be all perfect. So in about, let me see, less than 5 minutes, I'm going to get off the NGBN.TV network. You guys can stay here if you want. I'm just doing that solely for the purpose because I knew probably some more people want to call in perhaps. But I'm going to keep the phone line open. I'm going to close it. Just don't call for right now, because if you do, I'm going to have to cut you off so I can get off NGBN and say goodbye to them and all that type of stuff. So let's not call in, but I just kind of piggyback off what Coach Marv just said. Absolutely right. The Cowboys have been cheap. A lot of people don't know that. They're last. Terry, hold on, Terry. I see you, West Coast. My brother, West Coast here. Y'all hold on just a second. I promise you I'm going to call you right back, but I'm about to get off Terry and West Coast. It's on the screen, West Coast. It's on the ticker there. But I'm going to get off NGBN.TV in about another minute or so, couple minutes. And I hate for just have to shut you off like this, because I want you to have what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. So we're going to go overtime. So that don't mean you're leaving. I'm just going to click off of the NGBN.TV network. West Coast, my brother here, West Coast is here. Appreciate you popping in, one of the OGs of the game. So there it is right there, West Coast. Once I come back from, don't call in now. If you're going to call in, I'll do that. West Coast, are you driving right now? Are you driving right now? Let me know. If you sitting at your house watching me, then you need to inbox me so you ain't got to do the call in. I don't know what you're doing, but I'll shoot you the link real quick. You can pop in and we can finish up like that. Inbox me if you want to. Inbox me on, just inbox me and give me your email. And I'll shoot you the link. You can pop on with me real quick. I'm going to go overtime today. Hey, thank you for those that have been watching. If you're watching right now by NGBN.TV network, listen, I appreciate you hanging with your boy. I know you, West. Shoot me your email if you inbox me. If you want to pop on, if not, you can use the call-in number. Appreciate all of y'all that have been watching by NGBN. I will be with you guys on Monday. Monday at 7 o'clock. You drive, and I got you. So once I'm gonna open it back up. You can call in. For those on the NGBN, I'm sorry again. I'll be with you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Monday night. That's 7 o'clock Central here on my station. Excuse me, on my part of town here in Memphis. Come, I got you, Wes. Just come on in, come hang with me again. We'll be in rehab again. For those, because I think everybody now got the handwriting is on the wall. We are strictly, again, a draft and developmental team. That's what they're showing us. I ain't listening to nobody's words except Steven. Steven showed me by the article I just showed you. If you're not convinced by now, I don't know what else I need to do to help you in that area. But they better hit in the draft because I don't know, to really maintain. It may not be a 12-win team. I'm looking at maybe, I don't know. You can't really predict anything because the roster really not set, to be honest with you. But you can see some things that don't look real good. All right, so NGBN, I appreciate you. If you want to come hang with me, you ought to come on Facebook or YouTube right about now. Until then, on Monday, I'll see you next week on Monday at the Big Time Show. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. All right, see if I got them off. They are off. We are still here on Overtime. I'm with my YouTube family and Facebook and Twitter and Twitch family. If you want to call in now at 901-654-6853. Don't do that. I owe Terry a phone call. Terry called me. I'm about to call you right now. Wes, since you driving, I got your number. I'll call you. So I'll call you once I get through with Terry. So you don't have to call in. I'll call you. Terry.
Joe's Pool Hall, barbecue, foot massage, hair weave, chicken shack. We got transmission installs and pull them out. And that's a vicious rumor about the liquor store around the back with everything half off. We charge full price, right? Help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, T Smooth? What's up, man? Well, that's ladies and gentlemen. This is the one and only, my brother Terry in the building. This is my guy right here, man. He's crazy and funny like I am. That's my guy. Man. What up, Terry? Talk to me.
Man, it's been a long, when I woke up, that dog on Pontiac, Michigan, and now I'm in Lancaster, South Carolina. I get to Kershaw, and then I can go in ahead and take it to the house.
Wow. If y'all don't know, Terry's a truck driver, and I appreciate him listening to me while he travel the road. Hopefully I don't put him to sleep while he there. He's driving right now. So y'all always pray for Terry. Every time he calls, he's subject to be on the road. He travels the country driving. So, there's always prayer needed for him. But what you got to say, Terry? Talk to me.
Well, first thing I'm going to say is you did it to me again. I told you don't put me on there after Coach Marv because I'm a little stupid. But I had a question for you and Coach Marv.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And this could go out to all the Cowboy Nation. Right now, the situation that we are in, you got the purse strings. You got the purse strings. You sitting in Stephen Jones' seat. What would you do to fix the Cowboys? I said you could take that, ponder it, whatever, throw it back to me Monday or whatever, because that's a lot.
Well,
my first move.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm listening.
Well, my first move is I got to get all that Jason Garrett mentality out the building. That's Dak. Zach Martin is good, but he got 2 years left on him. Well, I can still get something for him. I'm gonna Bill Belichick him too, and I'm gonna start rebuilding with some guys that's gonna follow my coach, who definitely has winner inside of him, steel in his spine. I'm gonna empower the coach, and we're not gonna have all this about the front office out there no more.
Well,
but that's just my first move.
I got you. Well, my first move, to answer your question since you asked, everybody's going to be different on this. But I wouldn't do what you were doing, that's for sure. Zach ain't going nowhere. And I don't think Dak going nowhere. But my first move would be, if there's any question about that, you shouldn't have the same question at least about CD or Parsons. Pick your choice. I don't care which one it is. Extend somebody. You believe in CD and you believe, you fully believe in CD and you fully believe in Michael Parsons. So there's no question about that. So go ahead and extend one of those or two. If you got any question about that, then you're not going to sign him like that. I think they will, but I've been saying that. But every day that go by, the question raises even more. I've always said I don't really believe they fully believe in them. They're going to give you the TV answer. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe it, though.
That's the thing right there. You don't believe what a man say. You watch what he do. Exactly. Look at Stephen Jones' face when he even when he hears Jerry or anybody else talking about Dak. Stephen looked like he just saw a ghost.
Yeah.
Stephen looked like who in the world you talking about?
Yeah.
Not this one that at the number 2 seed in the playoffs, and we already bought all this space for going to the NFC Championship game. I mean, it was laid out right there for us.
Yeah.
It was laid out, but you telling me about this guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But that's the moves that Steven making. And if you take a good look at Steven, I'm the ultimate conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw a wild conspiracy out there.
Mm-hmm.
I know you a Michigan man. I like the Wolverines too. They like my number 3 team as far as it goes. I'm of course a Hurricane man first, but when he going up there to look at the Wolverines, there's a couple of big name Wolverines with Corum and everything else or whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised if they looking at the quarterback that J.J. McCarthy. Because Mike McCarthy gonna say I can work with him.
He ain't gonna last. But Mike McCarthy ain't gonna be it next year. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so
I know that.
It ain't no sense even talking about that. But Mike McCarthy, J.J. McCarthy is gonna go rather early. He ain't gonna be there at 24. He won't be. That's the way I think. I think he's gonna. I ain't gonna say it really be a surprise. I just think he's gonna get be up further than what you think.
Okay, so, you're a Michigan man.
Yeah.
You remember that game when Harbaugh was suspended, and God, I forgot his name. Just that fast. The offensive lineman was the acting coach, but they ran the ball in the second half non-stop. I think that boy threw 6 or 9 passes for the whole game.
Yeah.
And you telling me that's going in the first round?
Yeah, he's good. JJ is good. JJ is going first round.
I've seen JJ, but I've never seen a first rounder have a game where he only had to throw 6 or 9 times. Usually when you do something like that, you don't believe in the quarterback.
Yeah, well, they do believe in JJ. Michigan did. It's just that offensive line was so dominating that they didn't have to pass. That's the reason why. Why pass when every time?
Them boys.
Well, yeah. Why pass when you can run it every time you touch the ball? You get 6-7 yards. And you don't make no sense to run. So, and then they have they had a committee there if they wanted to, which they did. You just keep rotating them out. They didn't have to pass.
That boy Edwards y'all had over there, I think that's his name, the other running back, he was looking better than Corum.
Yeah. We're talking about Edwards. Edwards.
Edwards was looking better than Corum. Yeah. And the thing of it is man, they ran the ball down them boys so much till if you looked at their faces on the defense, them boys then gave up.
Yeah. They didn't have nobody that can deal with that line. They were too small, and they just railroaded over. So, but JJ have thrown the ball a lot. If you look at what he did against Iowa, what he did against Ohio State, what he did against, Penn State, and the clutch gene, most importantly, that he has, and he's shown that for the last couple of years. You know, his resume is already set. So they're going to I think he's going a little bit earlier than what a lot of people think. So he won't be there. If you ask me, I don't think he will.
You know, I'm from Savannah, Georgia, known as Seaport. And, of course, everywhere around the South, we all feel that we got cheated because we wanted to see what would that Michigan team do when that dog hunkered down.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, I put $1 to every dime you got. Ain't no way in God's green earth they'd have run that ball on the Georgia defense.
Wow. No, not like that. You don't expect that from them, but they did it. They battled. They didn't do it against Georgia, but nobody expected them to beat Washington is the same thing. So they packed 12 or whatever, but you didn't think Washington was going to handle them like that either, but they got them. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, you be safe out there, man.
All right, I'm on a 2-lane road where you can tell they pull around here.
Oh.
Good God, they can't afford no asphalt. This road just bouncing me and this tank all around.
Oh,
I ain't got to go to the fair no more.
You be careful on the bouncy roads there, man. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, now.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, God bless.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to call West Coast, y'all. Let me see if he going to answer. If you listen, West, I'm calling you. Since he said you want to call in, let me bring him in and see if he answers.
Hello?
Big dog.
Yo, I'm live.
You live, man.
What's up with y'all? It's your boy West Coast, man. Just to give you a little, be honest with you, man, I just came into the show to support, man, 2024. I just want to make sure I'm supporting the people, the content creators who have supported me, man. You know, and just making sure I'm supporting them way more than what I've done in the past. So, sure. That's all I was trying to do. But hey, man, you asked me a question. They got a question. I'll show give you some content real quick.
I'll just go and start it off. I'll give you 2 and wrap it up in 1. You got time. Are we in a rebuild, man? And why? Why you say that?
Man, listen to me. I'm the one who coined the Cowboys being in a rebuild. I was the first person to say we are officially rebuilding.
I don't know, Wiz. I've been saying it for a while now.
Listen to me. Listen, the reason why the Cowboys are in a rebuild is because of this, man. If this is a house and you're either adding to the house, making additions to the house, or you're rebuilding the house. You know what I'm saying? And if this was a house, everything about this construction and everything that we've done to this house, we've taken more pieces off this house. Mm-hmm. So, like, how can you take the door off? We didn't put the door off. We ain't got no garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got basic stuff that most houses would have. Like, bro, we don't have a front door. You know who that is? Your center.
Uh-huh.
Like, you don't have a front door right now. You're trying to sell me a house with no front door. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the left side of your house, mm-hmm. the whole left side of your house. You know what I'm saying? Where the sprinklers hit, there's no wall there, bruh.
It's just questionable.
There's nothing questionable. There's no wall there. There's nothing there. You have literally a piece of dry wood, dry wood. The reason why I call it dry wood is because, hey, it might work and it might not work.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But you used to have concrete there.
Uh-huh. So tell me what you feel about, since you went that route. What you feel about Hoffman?
The center?
Yeah.
I have to listen to him. I mean, I haven't seen him play enough to have a formulated opinion about him. And that sucks because he's supposed to be a starter, and that should never be the case.
So you saying
that should never? Uh-huh. Like I'm saying that I don't believe that people jump out of airplanes with parachutes that they've never tried before. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
What you feel about TJ Bass in case they move Tyler Smith to left tackle?
Tyler Smith's not going to get moved to left tackle.
I don't believe
he's going to stay at guard. He's going to stay at guard. If you move Tyler Smith to left tackle, you're going to have a bigger problem than Tyler Smith, because now you're going to have a new center and a new guard and they're all going to be standing right there in front of Dak. Dak's going to have two guys standing beside him that he's never met before. I'm not saying he's never met before, but I'm saying, like, if you look at the games, how many games Dak has played and the games he's played with these guys, yeah, I don't know you, bro. My hands don't know you. You know what I'm saying? My hands don't know you. I might know you. I might know who you are because I see you every day at practice. But when you bend down and I got to look at this Mike linebacker that's screaming over top of me, and I got to put my hands where they normally are, my hands don't know where you are, where they are. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing that you got to, because you don't hear about a lot about, Dak working out extra time with the center. You don't hear about that. You hear about Dak working out extra time with wide receivers.
Exactly.
But now, because you're going to have a center, he's going to have to have that time where he works out with the center to make sure that transition is good, because, just trusting that you guys are going to get it right when you get to the to the training camp, that's not good enough, bro.
Exactly.
That's not good enough.
So
you're already a very penalized offensive line. That's not good enough.
So talk to me then about the possibility, because it seems like all fingers are pointing toward a rookie left tackle being a starter day one.
I mean, as long as he's a first-round pick, I'm all right.
You all right with
first-round pick? If he's a first-round pick, I'm okay with it, because you can put the expectations on a first-round pick. You can put that now. Now, I'll be honest with you. Do I have wanted to be in this situation? No, because you could have just paid Tyron Smith. But I'm now picking the best out of the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's a first round pick and it's a true first round pick, like they had a first round grade, then yeah, I'll do it, because Tyron Smith started his rookie year. Tyler Smith started his rookie year. Zach Martin started his rookie year. Zach Martin was a tackle. And they switched him to guard, and he started his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if he's a first round pick, a real first round pick, then I don't have a problem with it.
And because we're in a rebuild mode, you don't mind going through the growing pains of having a rookie left tackle.
Well, this is the thing, man. At this point, you're asking me, do I have a choice? And I'm telling you, no, I don't have a choice.
Mm-mm.
So that's why I said I'm literally picking the best out of, like, the worst situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't really have a choice. So the best choices that I have is to get a older. I don't get me wrong. I would still love to go get a free agent left tackle and then go get a rookie one. Absolutely, I would love to do that. But I think probably right now your best option would probably. I'm pretty sure there's a kid in the draft class that's probably better than a free agent left tackle that's available right now.
I believe it too. Finally,
or just as good.
I don't know what you're doing, but finally, let me ask you one more, and then I'll let you go. So I haven't heard. Whenever I catch you on the latter end and stuff. So I don't know what you, landlord, and Henry been talking. Talk to me about Dak and what you feeling about Dak now. I ain't worried about what you feel about him as a player. I'm really talking about his situation, and should he, because they're showing him a lot right now, as of now, I think. But what do you think about the possibility of him saying, man, forget this, I just gonna play on this contract because y'all ain't gonna hold me. I just go ahead and walk.
I made I got the video last month, and my video was very clear. And I said, if I was Dak Prescott, I wouldn't sign an extension with the Dallas Cowboys. Wow. I would play on the 59. I would play on the 1 year deal. The reason being is because you got to remember, when you sign the contract to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, you're signing also to be the quarterback for that offensive line and for those wide receivers and for this team. You know what I'm saying? And if this offensive line and this team, this offense doesn't look good, why would you sign up to it? I don't give a damn how much.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how much you're going to pay me, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm not in. This ain't the NBA, bro. I mean, you're not about to pay me $60 million to go play for the freaking New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is the NFL, bro, where I get actually hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may not make it through the season.
Yeah.
So, it's different in the NFL. So it's like, if I'm Dak, if you're not going to put no good offense, and you got to think like this. You got to think about Dak thinking this way, thinking like this too. If you don't put a good offense around me, I'm not going to make it out the contract anyway, because the Cowboys have proven to you that they will diminish things around players and let the players not be able to succeed and then release the players.
Yes, right.
So it's
1,000%.
like, like, so if you're cool, so if I'm Dak, I'm like, for this, because this is the thing, man. I wouldn't look at the Dak and say, if I'm Dak, I'm not saying I'm signing a contract to be with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm signing to be on this offense. And is this an offense I want to be a quarterback for the next 4 years? Yeah. And if that answer isn't a clear yes, I'm not signing no contract, bro. I'm not doing it. Y'all can hate me. Y'all can hate and love me or hate me if you want, but I'm not doing it, bro.
And I believe that deep down inside, that's exactly what the Cowboys would want anyway, because I've always said I don't think they fully believe in them in the first place. I don't.
Yeah, I don't. But this the thing. I don't think I don't necessarily believe it's like a belief system. I don't think Jerry Jones at this point in his life believes in anybody except for what he believes in. You know what I'm saying? Because they billionaires, bro. And he didn't turn this thing. He turned a $4 million investment into one of the biggest conglomerates in the entire world. So I know Jerry Jones believes in himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I say like this: if I'm Dak Prescott, and like I said, and if I clearly can't say a clear yes on that, I believe that they're going to build an offense that's going to keep me able to play well and be able to play at the level that you desire at this contract. You shouldn't sign it. You're literally going to be in a Michael Gallup situation where you sign a contract that you can't fulfill. And guess what? When you can't fulfill it, they're not going to give you any type of ooh-wah-be-doo. All they're going to tell you is, bruh, you're getting old, and theoretically you are getting old, but that doesn't mean that's the reason why this is happening.
You're absolutely right.
But they're gonna tell you a bunch of obvious stuff. Oh yeah, you're getting old, and running backs can be. It's so funny. Remember, just 2 years ago they were telling us that anybody can be a running back in the NFL. Well, guess what? This free agency proved to you that anybody can be a running back in the NFL.
Exactly, 1,000%.
Because running backs got paid.
Exactly. Man, I appreciate you, Wes, for even popping in, man. You don't have to do it, but I appreciate you. Y'all didn't know, we and Wes have done a couple shows together, and we've done a few of them over the last couple of years. Sooner or later, we got to crank it back up. He California time, I'm Memphis time, but we connect with each other, and there have been many phone calls between the both of us talking ball and personal life. I love this guy, man. He's one of the greatest in the game. He's mastered this game. Most of you follow him. If you do not follow West Coast Cowboy, he a bad brother, as we all know. I support him 1,000%. He's my brother, along with Landlord and HTM Sports, Henry and Moore. Love those guys. You know what kind of content you're going to get from them. But just, hey, keep supporting all of us. Boss, all those guys, everybody, Law, everybody. We all pretty much talking the same thing. But Wes, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, anytime you live and you want me on, all you gotta do is call me, man. If I'm busy, I'll tell you. I mean, I'll give you a couple minutes. I ain't never doing. If I'm busy, I just want to answer. Keep it real. But if I answer, I can talk. You know what I'm saying? So if you live and you want me to come on, all you gotta do is call me, man. If I answer, I can talk. Because I know I see your name come across the screen, and I'm gonna know exactly what it's about. You either calling me to pray, or you either calling me to talk Cowboys. Either one I'm answering the phone for.
Yeah, that's my brother, man. So I love him. We've been been together for oh my God, what, about 3, 4, 5 years now, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so we brothers, and so
because you had your own show for going on 2 years.
I think about the last 2.5, 3 years now. It's been going on. We know. I'm just following in the footsteps. You got big shoes, Doc. You know how you are.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate you, man. You. All right, man.
All right. Love you, bro.
I love you too, man. That's my boy West Coast, man. Y'all know him well. I've been on this show many times, actually. I'm trying to get everybody on here. Just got something from Landlord the other day. Man, we need to do work together. Do work. We just can't get together on the right time. Boss has mastered that pretty well. They're able to get everybody on his final word show. It's hard to get everybody at the same time and commit to as long as as they be going. But they've done a great job. Boss has been on my show. We talked the other day actually, and trying to get him on here again. There's only one person that I haven't talked to, but he knows me and I know him. We've never communicated, and that's the OC. Man, I love OC. The OC, man, is no joke. Y'all shoot this. Somebody trim this and send him to me. He knows me through the work, of course, but I would love to have the OC on here. He's just bad boy. You know, Law has been on my show as well. I've been on his show at least as a call-in guy, and you know, spend a lot of time on call-in, of course, but not live with him. But we all talk, man. We all talking the same thing. And most all of us kind of follow each other, and just like all of you guys follow them too. So we're here, and there's more coming. And I appreciate everybody that just support the family. I call us the family, almost like Avengers. You know, it's the superheroes of new media, if you want to say that, like Joe just said. Appreciate that, Joe. I kept a line. Look, I'm here. Y'all can call in. I don't care. Call in. I told you we're going a little overtime today. This is as long as I ever been on for a while. But I know what I was talking about. I had guys, you know, that were saying, I did see somebody. Let me stop. I believe that it was from North Carolina. I believe that was Michael Evans, if I'm not mistaken. I really do believe that was from Michael Evans. I'm about to call that one. See, at least when you call and I don't answer, at least I call you back. Let me make this call because I want to be fair. I believe that was Michael Evans. Let's see. Hello, this big time show.
How you doing?
Hey, who is this? This Mike?
Oh, this is Mike.
I already knew it. I knew it was Michael Evans. I knew it. What's going on, bro?
I just want to say, greetings from Baltimore. Why I believe Stephon Gilmore is going to end up after all this nonsense blows over. Yeah. I really do. I really believe he's going to end up here. So,
yeah,
and it's a crying shame.
Yeah, I think that's an important signing for us. I really believe that we need Stephon Gilmore back because you just can't trust the injury of Trayvon Diggs, even though he's going to be ready to go. But the last few years, whatever the sport has proven, that ACL injuries, it usually take you about a year and a half before you finally back to your normal self. And considering all the cutting and all of the things that a cornerback has to do, I'm not so sure Diggs will be ready. And unfortunately, we won't know if Diggs is really ready until week 1 because he's not going to play in the preseason games. He's not going to play. They're not going to. He will be limited even in practice. So we're really not going to really know what Diggs really can do until week 1. And he may not be right then. That also goes for Overshawn as well. So we need to make sure that we're covered. That's why I want Gilmore so bad. Go ahead, Mike. I didn't mean to say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, but there's a perfect example that we saw it this season. Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
When Michael Gallup got hurt, the end of last season, he really didn't look like the Michael Gallup of old until that playoff game loss to the Packers.
Yeah, it took
when
that long.
He led the team in catches, and guy was just a beat. He pretty much caught everything.
He was not the same. Everybody saw it.
Yeah, but I want to just touch on what you said about how you don't believe that the Cowboys believe in that. Now, I've always, in my heart of hearts, always said, okay, the Cowboys are going to do the right thing. They have to believe in that. This is a very, very good quarterback. I've said it before. I believe he's a top 5 quarterback, especially the way he played last year. He got his first all-pro. Mm-hmm. But there has been, the sign has been there. So I just wanted to touch on, very briefly about, and this goes by how your belief. Back in 2016, when Dak was drafted, they weren't targeting him in the draft. They had their eyes on Paxton Lynch. They had when they couldn't get Paxton Lynch, he went to the Broncos. they said, okay, now we're going to try to get Connor Cook.
Connor Cook, exactly.
And then when they got to the fourth, I said, okay, we'll go ahead and take a shot at that. Then he gets thrust into, as they say, he gets thrust into the fold after Kellen Moore breaks his ankle in training camp, and then Romo goes down in the preseason against Seattle. Then he wins again, and he keeps on winning. How many games did he win in a row?
I think they ran about 11 in a row, 11 or 12 in a row.
Yes. And then after the second Giants game, what was the talk? Oh, Romo was going to get his job back. Jerry Jones was saying Tony Romo was going to come back today and get his job back. And that would have happened if it wasn't for Jason Garrett. Garrett made that call to keep Dak playing. And again, that caused a firestorm with the Cowboys. So now let's go to 2019, when Dak is going into the final year of his deal. Jared Goff gets paid, gets an extension. Carson Wentz gets an extension. So you would think that the Cowboys, they're gonna extend Dak Prescott. They could have got him probably under contract for under $30 million. So now this is where everything starts. But what did they do instead? They said, nah, we're gonna make you play it out. You're gonna go into the final year of this. So Dak said, fine, I'll bet on myself. He goes, I think he took him to the playoffs again. And then after that season, now Dak Prescott is sitting without a contract. So instead of giving him a new deal, what did they do? They put the franchise tag on him. Then they put the franchise on the following season. Now, does everybody realize that Dak Prescott is the only Cowboy player in the history of the team since the invention of the salary cap that has been franchise tagged not once but twice? And then he had to fight for his money just every single day. Pretty much had to hold him hostage.
That don't sound like a team. That don't sound like a team that believe in you fully, do it?
No. And then when Dak finally got his contract, what did Jerry Jones say to Dak at the press conference? You got me.
You got me. Yep.
And so now we can fast forward to here we are now.
Again.
And everyone is saying, "Whoa, Dak!" You know why? You know the word I'm starting to hear again going around, and I'm seeing it on Facebook on it. That word that starts with a G. Greedy. Dak is greedy. Dak is selfish. Dak doesn't care about everybody else. He only cares about money. All they have done with this contract, 4 for $160, every single year, as they say, they flipped the switch.
Yep.
And restructured his contract without a salary. Yes, that's in everyone's contract, but they did it every single year.
Yep.
They have put the switch on him, so they have created salary cap space, and they done it to other people. But if I'm not mistaken, has the Cowboys forgotten how to manipulate the salary cap?
I don't think they never did it. Shoot. Not long, Steven.
Not especially this year, but you know what? That letter you posted, you were exactly right, and Stephen Jones told us exactly how things are going to go. So there was something. Now, see, Jerry said all in. Yeah, we're going all in. But Steve said, yeah, we're going all in like this.
Yeah,
they are not going to. This is my belief. They are not going to engage in any free agent contract until after the draft, and then and then right around that June 1st cut, when all the guys, the overpriced guys, the old guys, the guys who they say that they can't play anymore, that was the second wave of free agency. When that happens, then I believe the Cowboys will go shopping. But none of that's even going to happen until they deal with that Prescott contract extension. Because yes, they need to do with CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. They have to extend them. They have to extend Michael Parsons. But none of that's going to happen until they deal with this this cap hit that's sitting over their heads right now, ever in my wildest dreams, and I even said it, that there is no way the Cowboys are going to get the March 13th and that's not without a deal. Well, here we are.
Yep. Sound like the common sense thing to do, but the common sense is not common, obviously.
Yep. And it's like, well, why can't the Cowboys do anything? Well, they can't. This cap hit is crippling them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Dak's fault. The Cowboys saw this day coming 3 years ago.
Yep.
When they originally signed him for the 4 for 160. When they kept pushing his money further and further and further into the future, this was the plan to extend it. So, like they say, here we are. That day has finally arrived.
Yeah.
And now the Cowboys are clutching their pearls. They're not sure. They're all, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just signed Dak Prescott. Well, they may not have a choice. Well, so let me rephrase that. They do have a choice. If they let Dak walk now, you think you people out there, you think it's bad now?
Yeah.
Right? There are two numbers that you need to think about. 55 and 62. Yeah. The 55 is his salary cap hit today, which is right now. Until they do extension, that cap is going to remain in place. The 62 will be the dead money hit next year in 2025.
Yep.
So I don't know. I wasn't good at math. So 55 and 62, that's what, 117? $117 million in the span of 2 years. You think if they can't sign anybody now, what do you think is going to happen in 2025? This won't be a rebuild. This will be an implosion.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. What each day goes by is looking. It's like I said, it's a reason why he hadn't been extended, and it's just probably the same reason why he kept playing on a franchise tag for two years, 2 seasons. And I can't come but to one conclusion, and that is you really just are not sure if this dude is really the guy. And you don't want to commit to him for 3 to 4 or 5 years when your mind is saying he's not that dude. And you're not going to do it because this is the critical time now. Do we start over again? Because we got the chance here to do it. Or do we commit to this guy and pay him this amount of money while thinking that he's not the dude? And that's the dilemma. And if you are going to sign him, in how many years are you willing to sign a guy that you really don't fully believe in? Because keep in mind, Tony Romo didn't have to fight for the money. They gave it to him. If you remember that, Romo didn't have to.
That's another conversation we need to have.
Oh, cool. No question.
That is a whole other show.
Yeah, that's with several branches on that tree. But the fact is, Tony Romo didn't have to fight for nothing. They gave it to him.
Sure didn't.
And they believed in Romo. Jerry said it too many times. We believe Romo can win the Super Bowl. What does he say his biggest regret is? My biggest regret is that I didn't do enough to get Tony Romo a Super Bowl. So he ain't blaming Romo with all the picks he had. And, he won a lot of games. Romo kept the franchise relevant. He did. He was good for that. And a lot of games was won because of Romo. If Romo wasn't there, we would have won probably about 4 or 5 games a year. I give him credit for that. But to believe that this dude was going to win a Super Bowl just goes to show you what they thought of him in comparison to what they are doing with Dak Prescott as far as the history of his contract stuff goes. So it ain't hard for me to see it. I have no choice but to say they don't believe in him. And this is the reason why things are going away. And I promise you, I wouldn't be surprised if they let Dak play on a 1-year contract. If you're rebuilding, you don't care nothing about the cap hit because you ain't trying to extend them anyway. You don't care nothing about it because it's going to be what it's going to be. You're willing to start over again. So it wouldn't surprise me at all because I've seen it. Because I've seen it before. Because they let them play with a franchise tag. The only thing that didn't happen, well, No, I'm sorry. I was just about to say he didn't get hurt, but he did get hurt, and they did pay him after that with the big contract. So I can't say they didn't pay him or waiting for an injury or something like that. I just fully believe that they're in this transition. You had that 4 to 8 year window, and that window has closed now. And now you're at the position where you're saying, okay, we got to reboot this thing. But we got a quarterback that's an all-pro, and we got to make a real decision. Like, do we want, because he's only 30 years old. Good Lord, he got about another 8, 9, maybe 10 years left in the tank. Do we want to start over again and do this, or are we going to pay him? So I believe that's really the dilemma that's going on here, if you ask me.
Yeah, and do people realize if Dak walks after 2024, I mean, who's going to be the quarterback?
Well,
now, you all know they did not pick up Trey Lance's 5-6 year option. So unless he's going to renegotiate his deal, and with the way the Cowboys are acting, when it comes to money, it doesn't look like they probably will. So if Trey Lance walks away,
now
you're down 2 quarterbacks. And just remember, everybody, Cooper Rush, the guy who they all think who can replace Dak Prescott now.
Well, you got
he's
people
going into the last year deal. He's going to the last year of his deal.
You got people
he's going to be a free agent.
Mike, you got people who believe Trey Lance ready to step in right now.
I know. And ain't that sad?
So
that is sad.
He ain't got nothing on his resume.
Under his belt. He's got 8 starts under his belt.
Yeah.
And you think he can just walk in here and take that Prescott's job?
And some of them really do. They really do believe it. That's an all-pro quarterback compared to a guy that really is still learning the game. Period. He's played more college games than he had pro games. He's been in the league 3 years.
It's not that they believe in Trey Lance. They don't believe in Dak Prescott. That's what it is. Trey Lance just gets caught up in the inertia.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a firm believer that they don't believe in him. And whenever you have a guy that plays on, it's kind of like what Kirk Cousins had to go through. They didn't believe in him like that. Now, Atlanta showed you they believe in him. Look at the money and the contract that he got. That's an organization that believes in him. Whether you feel like Kirk Cousins shouldn't deserve that money or not, they made a full investment into him. That's how you do it. They let Dak play on 2 franchise tags. That ought to tell you all you need to know. You don't let quarterbacks play on franchise. You don't let that happen unless you got some questions. That's the only way you do that. And it's almost kind of like a prove it year. Okay, you do well here, we probably will re-sign you. You do it here, we probably will re-sign you. But to play on 2 tags, they weren't sure. And what it sounded like is they're more sure than they were before with the franchise tag. But their standard, I guess they're saying, can he get us to where we need to be? And that is the question that's going to be answered in the years. I ain't worried about the money. I'm worried about the years. If you extend them, how many years are you extending? That's going to tell me, if you say Dak is only getting 2 to 3 years, that's telling me, look, that's it. You really don't believe. But if you get anything past 4 or 4 years and up, then I'll say, okay. Then I have to eat my words and say, okay, y'all believe in him because y'all want to commit it to him, because I believe everybody on the same page here. That's what's going to tell me the whole thing. And that's if it get to that. But I'm not sure if it's going to get to that. I really don't. I don't see it. I'm serious.
They may still not believe in Dak, but they still may have to give him a 5 to 7 year deal out of necessity to help with the salary cap.
Yeah.
They say, well, we don't like you, but we're going to have to give you this deal.
Yeah. You see what's going on. It's right in front of your face.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do. And if they don't extend them, now everybody remember that space in time between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo? When we were in the quarterback wilderness, how many people did they roll through here? What? I counted like maybe 10 to 12.
It was.
10 to 12 guys.
It was.
So we're getting ready to go back there.
Yeah.
If they don't get this resolved, we're going to be right back. We're going to be right back in the quarterback wilderness.
And you're going to be right back there because the Cowboys have shown if you got a problem playing Dak Prescott, then you're going to have a problem paying another free agent quarterback because they're going to demand, well, the good ones at least. You might get a bridge quarterback that won't require a bad, a B plus, B minus type quarterback just to try to get you by. You ain't got no problem with doing that. But if you're looking for a quarterback, a big quarterback, unless you get very lucky in the draft, that you're going to move up to go get them depending on where you are in the draft, you get rid of Dak, you got to go through the growing pains again. They may be good, but, it is what it is. Mike, I appreciate you, man.
Okay, well, thank you.
We'll see you on Monday. Thank you, man. All right. Shane says, I have supported Dak, but I'm ready to move on. I think some of Cowboy Nation is afraid to move on because of the unknown factor. We have to be honest with ourselves. We are not winning the Super Bowl with that. And the old sentences there by Shane kind of sums up what a lot of Cowboy fans believe. I couldn't have said it any better than what Shane just said. That's where a lot of people are, and I believe that those words that Shane just put there, I believe there are people in that side that building, in the Star, that believe that will say the same thing that Shane just said. And if that is what you believe, if that's what the Cowboy brass believes, then you shouldn't extend them. I mean, you shouldn't. If that's what you believe, if that's what the Cowboys front office believes, what you see Shane said right there, there's no real reason in the world you should even be calling his agent. What we calling him for? What you calling him for? You ain't got to call him. You don't believe, you don't want to give or you don't want to pay him $60 million. You don't want to pay him 55. I mean, whoever is it Burrow 55? Whatever it is, you don't want to pay Dak 56 and up. Then you don't do nothing. You just forget this year. Yeah, he gonna count against it. You just get enough money. That's why I say extend. I believe the game plan is to get CD done and maybe even Parsons. You'll get so much money back. You can restructure Diggs. You can restructure Steele. You can even restructure Zach Martin. That's plenty of money. That's plenty of money. You just need enough money to start off signing these 90 players that you're going to have in training camp. Then after that, you cut to your 53, and then you need the money there to sign your practice squad players. That's about 8 or 9 guys or more. Somebody's going to get injured. You're going to sign somebody else. You got to have some money in reserve for injuries. You got to have money in reserve for injuries, so you got to sign somebody else that's there. I'm just telling y'all, it is what it is. If you don't believe this is the best, this is one of the best lines in the chats in the podcast today. What I got highlighted right there so you can see it. And everybody's personal opinion is their personal opinion about that. But I'm just saying, if this comment right here that Shane said, if this is shared by Jerry or Stephen Jones or both of them, whatever the case, you shouldn't extend Dak then because you don't believe in him. Why waste the time? Dak gonna get the money regardless, whether it's in Dallas or somewhere else. Trust me, there are about 14, 15 teams that would love to have Dak Prescott as their quarterback, and they will pay him. So he gonna get the money regardless. He's only 30 years old, all-pro quarterback. He's gonna get it. If they feel exactly what Shane just said right here, don't even call the agent in. What I mean, it is what it is. Don't focus all your attention on CD. Don't focus your attention on Parsons because they believe in CD and Michael Parsons now. It ain't no question about that. The evidence is there to show that they don't believe in that. 2 franchise tags he played on. The reason why I got the franchise tag, because they weren't quite sure to give them that type of money and extend. I'm serious. Why else would you? Kirk Cousins made a fortune off of it. The reason why Minnesota paid him that is because the reason why Washington paid him that is because they didn't really fully believe in Kirk Cousins. If they did, they would have done a long-term deal. That's why Kirk Cousins. Now, Atlanta, who just signed him, I believe, to a 4-year, $180 or whatever it is, $1 million, they believe in him. They made the commitment with the money to back it up. They believe in Kirk Cousins. That's why they signed him. Off his Achilles injury and all. He coming off an Achilles injury. They didn't care. We giving them this money. We found our quarterback. Dak Prescott twice on a franchise tag. That tells me you don't believe him. Probably the reason why they haven't extended them, why they keep saying, hey, we've had agent talks and all that. I believe the reason why is because simply how many years? It's not the money. They got the money to do that. They can manipulate the cap to give if it is $60 million. They got it. They can do it. All they got to do is work with the cap. There's everybody else know how to do it, so they got to figure it out. But I believe it's a matter of the years. The Cowboys, and as an organization, if I was the owner, if I wasn't sure, I wouldn't lock myself in with a person I don't believe in for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I wouldn't do it either. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't. If I don't believe in them, why would you do that? If you don't feel like you can win the Super Bowl with this quarterback, because everybody know in order to win, you need a good quarterback. If you don't feel like this is the guy that can win you, then I'm not signing you to no 6, 7, 8 year deal. I'm not. The reason why I said that is because obviously the way that the guys are doing contracts now, the big guys like Kansas City, 10-year deals with Mahomes, Burrow, the big gigantic years he had, so they can manipulate it. But I'm not doing that. I'm not signing back to that if I don't believe in him, because it only makes sense to go ahead and sign him to a big contract like this so you can manipulate his contract the same way that Kansas City is doing Patrick Mahomes. So you'll never be caught in a bind. You just borrow the money, give him the money. It's his money anyway. Front load all the money. It's a simple deal. But if you don't believe in him, you're not doing that. You're not taking that strategy. It's going to be interesting. Whoever this Peter Banks guy is, I see you in the chat. I'm going to put you out because we don't get you off here because you don't do all that. Don't do that, Mr. Banks. I hate when spam people come in and stuff. Don't worry about it, y'all. I've already blocked them. OPs, I don't know what all that is. It's spam stuff. It is what it is. All right, I've been on a long time. As you can see, I ain't never done a show this long, but I knew you guys had something to say. I got the energy for it. I appreciate y'all hanging with me for this little overtime, I guess. Thank y'all for doing it. Everybody here, do me a favor. Hit that like button, everybody. Y'all can at least give me that. I done stayed with y'all a long time. I got 2 hours and 50 minutes. Lord have mercy. Y'all kept me interested. Everybody hit that like button for me. Facebook, hit that like button. YouTube, hit that heart button. Twitter, hit that screen. You should see some blue hearts coming. Let's get on out of here now. Appreciate that. Chris says, I don't think they even want to win the Super Bowl with Dak, really. That's a fair statement as well. Jerry want to win, but Joe says, hey, Big Show, who's your college basketball team? Trump. My college basketball team is right here in Memphis, University of Memphis. My Penny Hardaway is my fraternity brother. So I'm supporting my fraternity brother right here in Memphis. If you live in Memphis, you know the Tigers are always numero uno here. That's my team. Now, Joe, I don't know what you're talking about Team Trump for. That's another whole conversation, which my show is not a political one, because I already know it's a dividing line when it comes to that. So I'll leave that alone. I won't even mention that. I'll be on another 3 hours if I start talking about that type of stuff. So there's got to be some kind of a record. For me, it is for being, this long, be on this long. But I enjoyed it though. I love talking football, obviously. But I'm gonna get on down now. Oh, okay. Well, it don't make no difference. See, you start talking about politics. That's how my show will be canceled on Facebook. There's always somebody that's gonna report you for saying things that are offensive. See, there's some names. There's some names that from both sides. I mean, if I say President Biden, some of y'all gonna go crazy and go off, and then if I say President Trump, some of y'all gonna go crazy, and it's such a dividing line that won't bring nothing but real hate. So that's what it is now. So I leave that alone. Let all the podcasts that deal with politics do that. I need my show on, so I leave it alone. Wayne called you. Hey man, you say, so who will be the running back this year? I think that remains to be seen, Wayne. But I will say this, it will be a running back by committee. I believe they're going to go get somebody out the draft, and between whoever that is coming out the draft and Rico and Deuce, I believe that will be and let's throw in Lemke. He might get a couple. There's going to be a running back by committee, but all the real true number ones are already gone. So the real true number ones now are in college. Those free agents that are left as far as running back goes are pretty much committed. I know who I would love to have that's left. I would love to have Kareem Hunt here. I think Kareem would help us tremendously. Kareem Hunt, Rico Dow, Deuce, Lemke. If you run even a committee with that, I will take that. I will take that. Only if you run the ball. But the way I look at it is, because of like it is, I believe Coach McCarthy right now drawing up passing plays. Because Dak gonna throw 50 times next year, every game. Oh, no problem, Joe. Ain't no issue. I really believe that Mike McCarthy gonna be passing the ball. Y'all think he passed the ball too much this year? We had running backs and didn't run it. I really believe that, you really gonna have an excuse to just throw it nonstop. I don't want to hit those live. We want to be a power football team. You had running backs. You didn't use them. But I would like to have a Kareem Hunt here. I think that would be a very solid pickup. Not a great one, but a very solid one. He would help us. Kareem Hunt would help us. And I believe you can get that from free agents, and I believe you can go ahead and still draft a running back. I want a veteran, a guy that has shown he got number one capability and have had number one. I want that. I don't want to put this whole thing in the hands of a rookie and Rico Dow who can't stay healthy. I'm just saying. I need somebody else. I need 2 running backs. They might do that in the draft, and them. They may not get a running back. They might just do that in the draft. Never know. All right, I'm done. I appreciate y'all. I've been on here a long time, but I sure did have fun. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to chop this stuff down and put it on NGBN to upload it. All right. I will see you guys Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. I will be with you guys. Hey, I did it for y'all. I'm like Rakishi. back when The Rock was there, him and Rikishi and Stone Cold and all of them. Y'all remember Rikishi? I did it for The Rock. I did this for you today. A little overtime. I had fun. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. For real. I gotta preach tomorrow, so I gotta save my voice up. I gotta preach, not tomorrow morning, I gotta preach tomorrow afternoon. So gotta save my voice up. You understand? Until then, Monday, in just a few more hours. Monday night I'll be here. We'll talk again as we continue in Cowboy Rehab. That's where I am. We still here in Cowboy Rehab. Y'all make sure y'all come back and help me. Because usually there's always something to go on in between when I'm on. So we'll see you Monday night, 7 p.m. for the one and the only. This has been the Big Time Show.